All right. Well, we'll see how this goes. I just noticed the bit rate's a little shaky, so we might have another day, another weekend with the internet being a little wonky. We had another storm last night, in the middle of the night, actually. It's been nuts around here, man. Just a random snowstorm out of nowhere. Though, just looking at the backyard, I mean, it doesn't look like anything's stuck, at least, but still. Happy Saturday to yourself, Justine. Getting closer to Moon Knight, I cannot wait. So how about that Joker clip? Those scars! Yeah, I had some people asking me if I was going to react to it, and I just, like, I watched it on my own. It was an interesting back and forth. I like the dynamic. I don't know how I feel about the Joker yet. And I did see, yeah, on IGN's YouTube channel, Matt Reeves explained his version of the Joker. I did see that video well back before they released the footage of it. And I like the direction he wanted to take it. It's still, I don't know, it's very different. It's interesting. I do kind of wish they would have kept the vat of chemicals, but still, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. I just need to see more of it. You know, it was a nice little taste. I will say that it's hard to look at. But that's kind of the point. That's kind of the point. Regarding Stranger Things, Season 2 is my favorite out of the 3 seasons. Enjoy watching your reactions to it. What do I make of it so far? I cannot wait for Season 4, Part 1, at the end of May. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it so far. It's like we're in a very different place right now. All the characters are dealing with completely different situations. A lot of fallout from what happened before. It's really interesting to see how some people have moved on, how some people are carrying the weight of all that into the next season. Because it's been a full year. Because they're coming up on the anniversary of Will's disappearance. In these first couple of episodes. So it's interesting to see like how some people have just kind of like been fine or moved forward and all that, while others definitely have not. I don't know. I really enjoy it. And then like the whole Hopper thing. Love it. Love it so much. So sorry to bombard the chat. Have a lot to say. Feeling better after having been diagnosed with pneumonia last week. I'm glad to hear you're feeling better. Going to take up to 6 months to fully recover. Ooh, but I'm on the right track. That's good, at least. I'm glad you're feeling better. That's not something to take lightly. Hello. What's up, Larson? A118. Jordan, how y'all doing? Amanda, haven't been able to make the last couple streams, so happy to be with you today. Well, welcome, Amanda. I'm glad you were able to make it. What's up, Kyle? Been reading all about the planned Halo movie in 2005 when a bunch of people dressed as Master Chief delivered scripts to studios. I don't remember any of that. I feel like I would have heard about all that. I don't know. The internet wasn't what the internet was in 2005, though. So, who knows? Just finished binge watching Book of Boba Fett. Not as great as I had hoped, but watchable nonetheless. Hope you've had a great week. Well, thank you, Michael. I hope you have a great week as well. And I feel the same way. It wasn't great. It had some great moments. But it was a very flawed season. But I still had fun watching it. I don't regret its existence at all. But I do feel like it needed a little more room to breathe. That's about where I'd put it. For me. What's up, Amy? How are you today? What do you think about Sony giving a little crap about Morbius that they're now spoiling the movie and the post-credits scene? I just started hearing about this today. I don't know. I'm staying away from all of it because I'm not... I don't care. I don't care if they're spoiling anything. I'm going to see the movie. So, I don't want to know. What's up, Kalia? Yes, no Morbius spoilers. I'm going to pin a comment. Because I feel like I shouldn't have to do that, but whatever. Loving being taken back in, back to the beginning of Stranger Things. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people like, man, it's so fun to re-experience all this stuff again. I'm having a blast, man. I'm glad you all are enjoying it too. Yes, Moon Knight this Wednesday. So hyped. I can't wait, man. I cannot wait. Yeah, not so good reviews for Morbius. Might still go see the movie, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I don't care what the reviews say. I'm still gonna see it. Man, comic book movies, I will go see. At least to give it the benefit of the doubt, to see it for myself, or at least to see a train wreck. I don't mind seeing a train wreck. I mean, I saw Bloodshot, so as long as it's better than Bloodshot, I think I'll be fine. I was watching Steven Spielberg reveal the Halo TV series back in 2013 with the reveal of the Xbox One, and when it was originally going to be an Xbox original show. Yeah, I remember that too. And then it was going to be on Showtime. And then now it's on Paramount Plus. So it's been all over the place. It's been in the works for over 10 years. So yeah, it's finally here. I've got mixed opinions on it, but I overall enjoyed it. Would you ever do reactions to Lost or The Office? I recall some streams you said you never watched them. Lost, maybe. Office, maybe. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Just whenever I have the time and maybe with the schedule allows or the motivation, because I would like to actually be motivated to watch either of the two. Though with Lost, I already know how it ends. Because that's one of those things I just haven't been able to avoid. So I know the ending and some bits of what happens in between, just from other things I've seen. But there is that. Though The Office, though, I've only, like I've seen a couple of memes, I've seen a couple of clips, but that's about it. But that's a much denser show, I think. What's up, Ragu? Was looking forward to you seeing the mullet. Did not disappoint. Oh my god. I don't even think it was just the mullet itself. It was the entire reveal. The ripping, roaring in, squealing at the tires, blaring the music in his muscle car, pulling into the school parking lot and coming out smoking, and his complete jean onesie with the mullet, everything, and just like the hot shit that he thinks he is. And I'm just like, oh my god, everything about that reveal was hilarious. Still can't believe this Halo show got made. I really liked it. It falls a bit into common sci-fi tropes, but I'm loving the action and the characters so far. I like the action, I like the look, I like the production value. I like the attention to detail when it comes to replicating like the things from the games, like the sound effects, the HUD, the aliens, their weaponry, even certain gameplay elements. I don't know how I feel about the change in the character dynamics yet, or the changes to the Covenant yet, because there's definitely a big thing that they did that they revealed in episode 1, which we saw in the trailers, obviously, that definitely feels like the Covenant would never be okay with this. And again, I got mixed feelings on this awakening of Chief's memories, which was never a thing, to give him some humanity earlier. I don't know if I like that, because it defeats the whole kind of point of his character development. But we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? They could do something completely different, blow me away. We will see. I will not judge it so harshly until it's over. Really like The Flash Season 8, Episode 8. It was good. It was good. What you think we might have? Blah, blah, blah. It was good. Do you think we might have a main villain What if Firestorm is out in Central City killing people? I've been seeing a lot of people say that. I think it may be because it's cold fusion related, it's nuclear related, that it might be Ronnie. It might be Firestorm. I know he's supposed to appear in at least one episode in season 8, but how's that going to make sense? How is he back? Is it a doppelganger? And why is he framing people and murdering people? Lots of questions if it is Ronnie. Or who knows? Maybe it is Ronnie. Maybe it's Ronnie from another Earth, and this is how the gang learns that the multiverse is still around. Because to this point, other than Diggle, they think the multiverse is still dead. So, we'll see. Oh yeah, that's me. What's up, Margus? How are you doing, man? In the Batman deleted scene, you can see the Joker took a paper clip from the files, plotting his escape. I didn't notice that. I did not notice that. That's a nice little catch. Will I be watching the Oscars? I honestly never watch the Oscars. I only ever look at the winners after the fact. So that'll be a good no. What's up, Adit? I'm doing all right. How about you? Let's see. Looks like we're piggybacking off of something. Off of Kyle's question. Any predictions on Best Picture? Well, you know, who are... I don't even know who the Best Picture nominees are. All right. I will tell you that out of these, I've only seen Dune. But if I had to pick one just based on things I've heard, I probably would put my money on Coda. But I've only seen Dune out of the nominees. Here we go. Lost is in my top 3 shows. That's good. I know a lot of people got really let down by Lost. It was one of those shows that I think that, from what I remember, was very divisive in the way that it kind of closed out. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Lost is what springboarded J.J. Abrams into stardom. So take that as you will. That could be a good or a bad for some people. Ethan Hawke stayed silent when Jimmy Fallon asked him about Blade making an appearance in Moon Knight, while he denied Hulk's appearance. Interesting. I don't know, man. Ethan Hawke might be... There's 2 ways you can read that, because one, he's probably new to the whole spoiler game a little bit when it comes to Marvel stuff, but, you know, he denied the Hulk thing, which makes me think the Hulk is in it, because there was rumored that the Hulk was in it. Maybe not acknowledging the Blade thing means the Blade's not in it, because he didn't think that was enough, that warranted being shut down. I don't know. There's 2 ways you could read it, but that was just a little spin I wanted to put on it. Aurelio Master Chief has his helmet on in the series more than he has it off. The suit is spectacular. I agree. I definitely agree with that. Apparently, from what I'm hearing, Black Flame is the big bad for this graphic novel of The Flash, which could be true, but because, you know, we saw that like black kind of flaming optical thing when we saw the serial killer creeping in on his victims. Having them go up against a Kryptonian, though, would be interesting. I'm not big on Caitlin's boyfriend, Marcus. Could he be the serial killer? No. So far, he seems like a Hallmark Channel character. Kinda. I feel that. Producers of Halo TV series said they have learned a lot from season 1, and Pablo Schreiber has said season 2 is more like a gritty war drama with the new showrunner. Okay. So it might be a little bit of like, we had a rocky start, especially with all the rewrites and changes in directions and platforms and stuff like that they didn't really know what to do. So maybe season 2, maybe we could be a little lenient on season 1, and maybe season 2 is when they really kind of get their footing. I hope that's the case. So, I mean, I would like that as an approach, because, I mean, from what we've seen of the trailer, they gotta at least be on the Halo by the end of this season. So I don't know if they'll close out the whole first Halo in this season, or if that'll carry over into season 2. Like, maybe this season's about them discovering the Halo and the location of it, and then maybe they go there. In season 2, they're all on the Halo. I don't know. I feel like that'd be spread out a little much. But we could be focusing on the fall of Reach and then the discovery of the Halo in this season, which could be pretty cool. I don't know. We'll wait and see how it plays out, obviously. But what's up, Donick? Of the 2 frontrunners for Best Picture are Coda and Power of the Dog. Fair. Sorry, I was late. I was at a friend's house. Never apologize. Never apologize. I predict that Coda will win Best Picture. It's a wonderful film and will be groundbreaking for the deaf community. I need to see it. I need to see it still. I need to see all of those still. Love Coda so much. Denis Villeneuve was robbed of a director nom for Dune. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on at this year's Oscars, I will say. Are you a fan of the Doom games? Doom Eternal was fucking awesome, in my opinion. I never played them back in the day. My friends did. I watched them play Doom more than I ever did. But I did play the Doom Reboot that came out just a few years back. The one that came out just before Doom Eternal. And had a blast with that. And I have Doom Eternal, but I have not actually got around to playing it. But I really like the one that came out before that, the prelude to it. Unfortunately, I've heard some members of the deaf community let down by Coda, but it's a very heartwarming movie, highly recommended. Oscar Isaacs, who played Moon Knight, he wants to cross over with Daredevil and Punisher. Well, let him. Do it. Do it, Marvel. Please. Have I seen Dune? Donick, you're a member of the channel. Do you watch the channel? You ask me a lot of questions that are on the channel. Yes, I've seen Dune. I've got a review of it. Oh, sorry to be so cheeky. Lost ending was very divisive. I was definitely happy in the happy camp. Have I seen Manifest? I have not. I have not seen Manifest. I don't really even know what Manifest is about. I've heard the name. I've heard it brought up, but I don't know anything about it. Jane Campion is a frontrunner for win Best Director for Power of Dog. Will Smith for Best Actor. Jessica Chastain for Best Actress. Troy Kotsur for Best Supporting Actor. Ariana DeBose for Best Supporting Actress. See, I don't know who they're all going up against. Like, I haven't been paying attention to this year's stuff. Other than that, shit, I can't remember her name. The girl from West Side Story didn't even get invited, despite being nominated, which is ridiculous. Really hope it's Coda. I really enjoyed it. Creators revealed there's a big revelation in the 4th episode of Moon Knight. Any predictions on what it is? My prediction is Mark wakes up in an asylum, just like how in Lemire's storyline starts. Like I said before, I don't know anything about Moon Knight, so I have no idea. I don't know what it could be. But that's kind of funny if there's a huge reveal in episode 4, because reviewers got to see all of the first 4 episodes of Moon Knight, so they got to see that reveal. which means maybe it's pretty interesting to see if what happens in those last 2 episodes. I need to see me more of the Covenant than just elites. Yeah, this first fight we did only see elites, right? I didn't even think about that until you mentioned it. That's all we saw. No grunts, no jackals, no brutes, no hunters. Thankfully, they didn't even need hunters. That would be a last resort in this situation. But I like the way they did the elites. I like it. What if Ronnie is the Black Flame? They'd have to explain that. I've seen Nova Project being created by one of the Moon Knight writers. Yeah, I did hear that announced this week. So, looking forward to that. I know a lot of people have been hoping for Nova to enter the MCU for a really long time. So, I'm sure there's a bunch of people that are quite happy that that's finally happening. Do you think we'll see any Sentinels or 343 Guilty Spark in this season? I think that just depends on whether or not we actually make it to the Halo or not in this season. I don't know how they're going to pace this out. So, I don't know. I think whenever we get to the Halo, I'm sure we'll see Guilty Spark and other Sentinels. I mean, hell, the Sentinel, the Monitor emblem was on the artifact that they grabbed when they opened it. But then again, you do have to kind of wonder as if did the showrunners care about what that actually emulates, what that means, what that stands for, or they just use something recognizable. But so far, I feel like they know and understand the world fine, except for 2 very key points that they completely took their own stance on. Which I still need to feel that out and see if it changes my opinions on it. But everything else so far has been quite in line with even the normal canon. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. What should I have for dinner tonight? Salmon with mashed potatoes or throw some ribs on the grill? I would say, if you're asking me, what would I like tonight? I am a salmon guy. I do like salmon, but right now, I don't know, something about the way you said those words. I would definitely grill some ribs. I could definitely go for some ribs right now. Haven't seen Morbius. Nobody has. Well, not nobody. Reviewers have seen it. The reason that's up there is because Sony has been posting spoilers and talking spoilers, and the movie's not out for another week. So I just don't want anybody talking about the things that Sony has been talking about, because I haven't paid attention to it. I'm not looking it up. I don't want to know. I will talk about it when I see it. Can't wait for TBE1 CW. Can you retype that? I don't know what that's supposed to be. Let's see. If I made this Halo show, I would have introduced Chief through the first person and have him armoring up and grabbing his weapons like he did in the first 2 games. That would be cool. That'd be cool. I like that we're starting off on Reach, though. Pre-fall of Reach and whatnot. I don't know. I like how they introduced the Spartans. I liked that bit a lot. I liked all of the opener before we got to the title screen. I liked all of that. 20 minutes before we finally got the actual intro to the show. And I really dug all of that. The way they mythologized the Spartans to these people who have never interacted with one, and how they live up to those rumors and the fear that they instill in the insurrectionists, and how some of them don't even believe the rumors and all that stuff. I love it, because then, boom! It's great. Oh, it was so good. I don't know. I kind of like the introduction that they had for him. Another nitpick, I would have loved for it to be blue team, but instead I think they set it aside. Someone said this in my comments, but I kind of agree with it now. That setting Chief with silver team is how they establish this as different continuity. Silver team, silver timeline. So it's interesting. Maybe the Black Flame manipulated Ronnie to become a villain. Well, we'll have to get a hard explanation for that on how Ronnie's alive. Have I seen Lighthouse? Yes. Yes, it was really, really fucking weird. And yes, Pattinson and Defoe were both so good in it. So good. Can't wait for Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, Lightyear, and Jurassic World Dominion. I'm definitely looking forward to each one of those. Rachel Zegler finally got invited. Okay, cool. Well, after everything going on, they definitely had needed to like backtrack on that pretty hard. That's such a bad look. Like, the fuck. Can't wait for the Arrowverse crossover week from now with a 6-issue What If. Yeah, the first 2 issues come out on the 5th of April, and I will be picking those up. Jonathan's girlfriend seemed less evil this week. Still want him to break up with her, though. Yeah, she definitely, like, in just one scene, seemed like maybe all the shit I've been saying about her and the perception she's been giving off maybe was a little wrong. And thank you, Kukai, for that super sticker. I really appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. I wish I could share the super stickers on here. I mean, as far as that, I can just show this, and I do appreciate that. I wish it would show, like, the actual sticker that you chose. High five. You think Legends and Batwoman will get renewed? They might want to cancel Batwoman and start over with their Gotham universe in Gotham Knights. I gotta say that it's not looking great for Legends and Batwoman. I won't say for certain that they won't get renewed. I mean, we already know that Gotham Knights is in its own continuity. It's not in the Arrowverse, so I don't see why they couldn't have both going on, but I could definitely understand why they wouldn't want both going on, because it might get confusing for some people. But yeah, I don't know. I was like 90% confident that Legends Batwoman would probably get picked up for a new one. They didn't get the early renewal announcement. Doesn't mean they're not going to get renewed. We're just going to have to wait until May to actually hear the final announcements. So, we'll see. We'll see. Rachel Zegler was not invited, despite being the star of West Side Story, being nominated for Best Picture, but at least it's been rectified, and now she's going. Yeah, rectified after the fact, after a whole shit ton of social media backlash. Oscars, you fucked up. Exuberant Witness is the best monitor. Exuberant Witness is just the scariest monitor. But yes, best monitor, definitely Exuberant Witness. There's also the fact that Rachel is currently filming Snow White in England right now, and it might be a major risk of the production to bring her to an awards ceremony. Well, I mean, whether that's a fact or not, I mean, she didn't even get an invite. And she seemed to have wanted to definitely go. But we'll see. Please let Disney not put Lightyear on Disney+. It needs to be on the big screen. Because that is IP driven, I bet that will be a theatrical release. Because it's tied to Toy Story and all that, I bet that Pixar will be the first Pixar film since the pandemic to actually hit a theater screen. Can't wait for the Arrowverse crossover. From what I hear, Legion of Zoom, I have a feeling that they might do it for season 8 of The Flash. What's your thoughts? What if they have the Legion of Zoom? That would be cool. And I've heard that rumor already, actually, that this season might be setting up the Legion of Zoom, which I would love to see. That would be awesome. They also said for season 9 of The Flash that we might finally explore Eobard's origins and dive into his beginnings, which is something we've been talking about a lot. So I hope that happens, and that could tie into the Legion of Zoom kicking that off. especially if they do bring in Cobalt Blue, getting the ball rolling for all of that. Or maybe Cobalt Blue will be built up in this season, and he will be our lead-in to the origins of Eobard in Season 9. But yeah, I can't wait for the Arrowverse crossover with the end of the Age of Heroes being attempted to be brought about as everybody gets brought together to try to stop this multiversal threat again. Interesting. I love how the Spartans in the show are like the Jedi. They are in a lot of ways. If the Jedi were like robots, I mean, I know the Spartans are robots, but they just go in, dropped from the sky like they are just these deployable missiles. I love it, though. I love it so much, man. What's up, Omni? Back after a long time in the live streams. My bad for ranting on your Discord that day. It's all good, man, but like when you get on a mood, you get very volatile. And that's why I was not having your shit that day. So you gotta control the way you talk. You gotta be respectful in the way you talk to other people. Whether you like something or not, other people on the channel like certain things, and it's just not, it's not nice. So I'm glad you're back. I hope you learned a little bit of a lesson, and we'll move forward, my guy. Manifest is lost. Plane vanishes, suddenly returns 5 years later. Your exact same spot, but back there 5 years have passed. Last season's coming on. Is that like just whole spoilers? Last season's coming on Netflix soon with 1 through 3 in the USA. What's up, fam? How goes it? What's up, Jack? How are you doing, man? But you have like question after question. Okay. They do Legion of Zoom. Can they do the Flash family versus Legion of Zoom? They very well could. I mean, we still have pretty much all of the Flash family that has existed, save for Jesse and Wally. So they could do it. It's just I wish they could get at least Wally back in there. And maybe if the Keenan's schedule is cleared up, they can come back in and do like a guest spot. One can hope. Loving the Stranger Things vids. Want to swing by before finishing up my Walking Dead edits for the day. Well, I appreciate topping in, and thank you for the love towards the Stranger Things vids. I'm glad that people have been really enjoying those. Let's see. Can you react or review West Side Story? It's on both HBO Max and Disney Plus. I mean, maybe if I have time. I was never interested in watching the movie. But I mean, I might watch it one of these days. I don't know about it, man. We will see. There's rumors that Mark Hamill has been cast as Santa in the holiday special Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, that would be awesome. That would be dope. That would be cool. Hell yeah. Let's do it. Let's see. Also, how do you like the chair? Got mine, different company, but didn't look at weight limit before I got it a while back. When I was like 275 down to 205 now, but the damage was done. I like it. I like it. I wish it had a little bit of a wider seat, I will say. Like, it's not, I don't know. Even for me, I'm like a smaller dude. It's not like I have huge hips or anything, but like it's still like sometimes if I'm in the wrong position, sometimes I feel like it's a little too form-fitting for me. But I like it all the same. Other than that little bit, I have just a normal pillow in my seat to kind of avoid that discomfort though. So might look a little out of place, but it helps quite a bit. What's up, Jenna? Cannot wait for April Fools when I prank my friends and tell them the Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness got delayed to next year. I know, I'm evil. That's mean. That's mean. That's funny, though. Oh, and it's believable. Also, considering how things have gone over the last year or two. Superman and Lois will be taking another break after episode 9. They are greedy idiots over there at the WBTV. I don't know how that makes them greedy idiots, but yeah, they've been taking a lot of breaks. So, another one after episode 9. Damn, okay. So we took a break, came back for for 2 episodes, and then we go on another break. What the hell, man? Adam Project director Sean Levy is looking to direct Deadpool 3. What are you most excited to see in it? Heart! Heart! Sean Levy's heart. I don't know, he's worked with Ryan Reynolds twice now already, between Free Guy and the Adam Project. So, I don't know. I feel like he's probably got a really strong working relationship with Ryan, so make it shine. Make it shine. But I'd love to see a little more heart put into the Deadpool films, if they could squeeze that in there but keep all of the cynicalness of it all. Yes. Waiting for your reactions to Moon Knight. Good vibes. I can't wait, man. I cannot wait. What's up, Jaden? How are you doing? Yeah, man. I really hope it works out. I'm looking forward to it so much. I don't think Moon Knight's going to disappoint, but we'll see, man. We'll see. Just curious, do you edit your videos yourself or pay someone to do it? It's half and half. I do most of them now. I used to do all of them up until, I'd say, the past couple of months. Cause, you know, thanks to the Patreon supporters and the YouTube members and stuff like that, I've been able to get help with some of my videos. So I've offset it a little bit by getting some help with some of them. So now it's a little bit of a mix and match. But I do still edit most. I wouldn't. I'd say it's about half and half now, which helps a lot, to be honest. Because otherwise we'd only have like a few shows a week, not like the amount that I've been watching as of late. It'd be way smaller. I'm curious if I've ever watched Red vs. Blue from Rooster Teeth. Grew up with it and watched it along the years, and surprised a one-off series grew to be one of the most beloved series on YouTube. Yeah, man, I watched it all the way up, I think, until season 13. And somewhere after that, I just kind of lost interest. It had been slowly losing my interest after Church left. After the last time we saw Alpha, or shit, what was the second one? Epsilon? I can't remember. Since Bernie left. Ever since Bernie left, I kind of stopped. I don't know, my attention span for the show had kind of waned, but it was one of my favorite things for the longest time. I love it, man. I've got the first 7 seasons on DVD and Blu-ray. It's so good, especially the meta arc, like all the freelancer arc, the meta arc, all that stuff. Those could be legitimate movies. They were really good, but still had all of that classic Red vs. Blue humor in there. Great writing, surprisingly gripping, and emotional too at times, man. It was so good, man. It used to be great back in the day, and I love it because it's technically accepted as canon, which is fun too. It's very frustrating that Hans Zimmer won't get to accept his award for best score for Dune Live. Yeah, that's all. That's there's got to be something magical about actually being able to come there and accept an award like that, you know, rather than just get it through like a thing, have it sent to you. The new Doctor Who is being announced today. What do you make of Hugh Grant being rumored to be the new Doctor Who? Is that what that was about? I saw something on my Twitter feed the other day that was like, I'm tired of seeing Hugh Grant all over this place in regards to Doctor Who. I was like, what the hell? That was the only thing I've seen about it. One post and somebody complaining about how much they're seeing it. I haven't seen it at all. So I guess that's a rumor that Hugh Grant might be the next Doctor after Jodie? So the new Doctor is going to be announced today, though. I'm going to have to keep an eye out for that, because I'm really curious what they're going to do. Especially considering the whole Ruth storyline, and... I don't know. I remember David Tennant was like the big rumor. It was going to be like, he would look like Tennant, it would be Tennant, but it wouldn't be like the 10th Doctor Tennant. It would be like, kind of like with Capaldi, it was a familiar face we'd seen before, but completely different personality. I remember that rumor more than anything. I also saw the rumor that they were going to cancel her final 2 specials that were going to close her out. So I don't know if that's true or not either. Keep me posted though, because I don't see anything on it yet, and I'd like to know when that's announced. How'd you feel of Cortana coming back in Halo 5 after Halo 4's emotional send-off? I wasn't a fan, but Infinite brought closure to it, and I'm excited for what's to come with the franchise. It was emotional. I thought Halo 4... Despite, I wasn't into the whole, shit, what was his name? The Forerunner dude that was running everything, running the Prometheans and all that. I wasn't huge on the main plot thread, the threat in Halo 4, but the tragedy and the emotional gripping bond between Cortana and John in that game was really fleshed out and really good, as he's only had this one personal connection, this one connection that makes him feel human and, you know, keeps him grounded, as he's sitting there having to watch his best friend, his partner, his companion, like, struggle to survive and fall apart and decay, all the way leading up to her sacrificing herself for him. It was so good. And then seeing in Halo 5 how he struggled to come to terms with her loss, and just the slightest hint of her being alive caused him to like go completely rogue, AWOL. I love it. It was so good. Halo 5 had a great setup. Again, it was the main plot thread that was a little rough. I didn't really like the whole, like, we need to hunt Chief aspect of it. It was too short, but her coming back as a villain was insane. I really wish they fleshed it out more, because it's just revealed that she's been alive, but she's been sending out this beacon to call in John so she could try to get him to join them. That she's been rebuilt and reconstructed by this Promethean AI that cured her rampancy, but made her, like, I don't know, it is a little bit of a character arc for Cortana after everything she's done, but, like, yeah, I don't know. I still have my problems with Halo 5 quite a bit, but they did round it out a little bit by ignoring a lot of the major questions that we all had after Halo 5 and Halo Infinite. And the fact that we kind of reset us back to a status quo with the new Cortana is interesting. And I liked it. It was like really cute. I really liked this new Cortana, the weapon, and the reveal that came at the end of that. That was really good. I just wish it was the original Cortana, that we were able to save her in the end, but it is what it is. They wanted to just get past that, I think. They were like, yeah, I think we fucked up in Halo 5, so they tried their best with Halo Infinite to just retcon the shit out of it. No spoilers. It's how it starts. Oh, okay. Fair enough. How did I learn video editing? Or self-taught? Self-taught, mostly. Actually, just pretty much all self-taught. Just kind of playing around in Premiere and getting the hang of it. Look up what I need to on YouTube. That's been pretty much it. It's been figuring it out on my own. West Side Story is amazing. The cast, Spielberg's direction are what make it truly special. We're going to be talking about Rachel for many years to come. What's up, East Blue? Have I had any chance to jump into the lore of Dune? Recently did a deep dive and stuff. Gets really, really weird. Deep dive, no, but I do have the book, and I've been reading it teeny bit by teeny bit. I got a little too ham here with getting hyped up for things. After Witcher Season 2, I bought all the Witcher books, read the first one and a half. I haven't finished the second book yet. I bought all the Lord of the Rings books to retrudge through all of those in preparation for the Lord of the Rings show. So I still have plenty of time for that one. And then I also got Dune to try to read before part 2 comes out. So yeah, I've poked around a lot, but it's hard to do that and avoid spoilers at the same time because I really do want to go into part 2 completely blind. So yeah, we'll see. I really like it is weird. It's really weird. But I love the stuff they've built up onto it, and I do wish they kind of would have explored some of it a little bit more in the movie. I'm so excited about the Levy teaming up with Ryans again, and I agree, adding a bit of heart equal to or above the love story from first Deadpool would be great. I know, just expand it a little bit. That's just like, I love the first Deadpool. It is just very base level love story. And I don't know, there was some emotional bits in 2, but not a lot for me. So I hope they really ground that and bring it in. Do you ever think that we could get Harry and Jesse back in The Flash Season 8? I got to come back. I missed them. They got to come back. I missed them. I don't know. Their Earth is completely destroyed. Variants of them, maybe. But the ones we knew, probably not. Sean Levy has said he's trying his hardest to reunite Wolverine and Deadpool on the big screen. Imagine if Hugh Jackman comes back just to play himself in the movie. That would be hilarious. And I feel like if they could pull it off, if they could get Hugh Jackman in for even a gag or anything, it would be for a Deadpool thing. Because of him and his little friendship/rivalry, internet feud with Ryan. I'm sure he would be down to do something like that. Where's the reaction to the deleted Joker scene? I didn't react to it. I watched it on my own. Definitely did not react to it. I saw it posted on Twitter, and I watched it on Twitter. Yeah. I don't react to just every little thing that pops off on the internet, so I apologize if you were wanting that reaction. Like I said, I don't know how I feel about it. I wasn't wowed by it. I'm kind of glad it wasn't in the movie. I will be 100% honest. There are some real Hannibal Lecter vibes that I get from their conversation. I just need to see more of it. I don't know how I feel about the portrayal just yet. I don't know how I feel about the look just yet. Because we never really got a full look at him either. I don't know. I like the interaction. It was cool. It didn't need to be in the movie. I don't think it would have helped move anything forward. So I agree with them taking it out. With conventions maybe coming back, do you think we'll get a DC fandom this year? I think it works as a yearly thing, not just as a COVID thing. I hope so. I like DC fandom. It's fun. Even the stuff that I know annoy people, like, where are the trailers? Where are the trailers? I like the retrospective stuff. I like all the other, like, let's celebrate DC stuff. I like it. I hope so. I hope so. Who'd I cast Alan Richardson for in the MCU? The guy is built like a beast. Sentinel. What about Sentinel? I think he'd be great as like a Sentinel, like the Superman archetype maybe, or maybe even Hercules. I don't know. I think those are the first two that kind of come to mind. Hell, Colossus. Even though he's not Russian, but still. Rhino. Like a more accurate Rhino. I'm just thinking of really built dudes. Wait, isn't that the central perk in the thumbnail? The coffee house from Friends? It is. It is. Do you think John Henry might help Clark after his confusion? I think so. I think he'll probably get back on his feet. Whether Natalie wants him to or not, it's who he is, helping people. So they just got to fix his suit, man. They got to fix that power supply, repair his suit, make it, reinforce it. Like, that's what they were going to do, but, you know, things escalated faster and they were able to get any work done on the suit, so, you know, he got injured taking the suit out as it was. Hercules, if they get into it. Yes, see, we're on the same page there. Oh my god, I am keeping my fingers crossed that Jackman and Reynolds do a movie together. Any movie, as Wolverine and Deadpool or otherwise. You know, Ryan's marketing would be hilarious. I know, right? Like, I agree with that too. It doesn't necessarily have to be Deadpool, but I would love to see those two team up in a movie. The Didact, right. But he was a forerunner, though. That was just his designation, his name. I just couldn't remember his... Yeah, I couldn't remember what he actually went by. Alan Richardson as Hercules would be awesome. Yeah, over here, Hugh Grant is being mentioned a lot. They want to put more money into the show and give it an MCU feel. All rumors, though. I mean, I'd watch it. I don't know how I feel about Hugh Grant coming in, but I'd still watch. I'm very curious. I don't know if I'm going to react. I'll be honest, guys. After the way things have been, I don't know if I'm going to react to the new season. I might just watch it on my own because, honestly, I've honestly felt like watching and reacting to Doctor Who has become a little bit more of a chore. And I think that's just because I just do not like the way the show's been directed. I don't like the cinematography of the new series. I don't like the writing. Nothing to do with Jodie, because I think she's great. I just think the directors, the showrunners, and the writers give her absolutely nothing good to work with. Sucks. So, I don't know. Things are turning around. They're shaking things up. I know if they do go that route, there's going to be a vocal... I don't know, I wouldn't say minority, but there's going to be a vocal corner of the internet, as there always is with something, that's going to feel like the show's going backwards. You know, they're not standing firm with their progression and going back to kind of what Doctor Who has always kind of been. So that's going to be a complaint either way, and I don't know if they'll be able to shake that. They've kind of set themselves in a direction that if they do flip it back around, it's going to feel like a redaction in a way. Anyway. Very curious to see how this whole thing plays out. But yeah, the show's ratings are at all-time low. Even lower than some of the old classic series. Like, bottoming out. And I enjoyed bits of this last special, but I thought it was so freaking lazy. Ugh. I don't know. We'll see. Excited to see Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher. Hope they push the PG rating with him. We'll see. It'll probably be a PG-13 more than likely. And me and yes, Jackman and Reynolds already did that Wolverine movie together. But that was before Reynolds blew up and the fake rivalry began, so doesn't count. Yeah, it doesn't count. That movie doesn't exist. That Deadpool doesn't exist. Deadpool killed that Deadpool. That's not even real. It didn't even happen now. I thought to get the join button, one needs to have 30,000 subscribers. How'd you get it so fast? Curious about that. If you have gaming-related content on your channel, you can have it earlier. So if you have like a split focus in gaming or even just a little bit of focus in gaming, you have a lower requirement for gaming content to get the join button. Yeah, because for gaming channels, it just has to be over 1,000. And I think I just requested it And they, were like, sure. I do enough gaming stuff, I guess, to have gotten it. Are you going to do a reaction? I already answered that question. Announcement might be on BBC's YouTube channel, as well as there was a video on their channel of the date of the announcement. Okay. Do you think we'll ever see the Flash find out that the multiverse still exists? Oh yeah, 100%. It's going to be at least happening in the next 2 weeks, because the crossover comic is canon, so it's happening. They're meeting Stargirl for the first time, which is on another Earth, so they're definitely going to be realizing that soon. But I'm curious about how that's going to play into the show. So we'll have to wait and see that. Dune, Lord of the Rings, and Witcher books. That's a lot of pages. Yes. Lots of pages. Now, I haven't got all the Witcher's books. I've only got like a couple up to now. I just got these 3 so far. And then I've got Dune, The Hobbit, Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, Return of the King, The Silmarillion, and The Unfinished Tales that I wanted to try to read all before September. So wish me luck. Wish me luck. This week's episode of both Superman and Lois or Flash were really good. I like Barry remembering his father, Clark helping Natalie and John by giving them their own place to live. Yeah, I liked a lot of that stuff. And I liked how, you know, a lot of us were kind of cringing. I'm guilty of it. When we saw the hotness coming back. But they made me care a lot about the hotness, his storyline in that. Like, I felt for him. I felt for what he was going through. I thought they did a good... They didn't play him as a joke. It was a really gripping storyline. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Yeah, and I also really did enjoy everything that was going on story-wise. This last episode of Superman and Lois was very story-driven, not a lot of... We had like one quick Superman scene, but other than that, it was mostly story-driven, moving everybody's plots forward. And I really liked it. I thought everybody had a great part to play in all of it. Honestly, hadn't realized Sean Levy from Ryan Reynolds movies and Sean Levy from Stranger Things were the same person. Sean Levy? Stranger Things? Sean Levy, Stranger Things. Is that a... Hold on. Is that a spoiler? No. Okay. He's an executive producer and director. Okay. I was like... When I started looking it up, I was like, wait, no. Shit. Is this a spoiler? Just an idea. But this would be perfect stream to go through Oscar nominations and give your predictions since they're tomorrow. I mean, we could do that. I had it pulled up. It's just... I've seen next to none of these movies. I love the Joker scene, but I was glad it was cut. I really hope they build up to a live-action Arkham Asylum movie where Joker and Riddler trap Batman in Arkham, and it can be an homage to Die Hard, like this was to Seven. That would be really cool. That would be pretty cool. It was a shock to hear about the death of Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins. I saw them live when they came to Cape Town, and they were amazing. Yeah, I saw that yesterday. It is definitely sad. I definitely love some of their music. I was never a huge Foo Fighters fan. I mean, I like their music. It's just I wasn't like, I've never seen them. I don't have any of their CDs. But I love all the music of theirs that I've heard. You know, they're a great band. All the same. And it always sucks, man. It always sucks. And I feel for anybody who's mourning that loss right now. Dude, I had a rough day because Linkin Park for a long time was my favorite band of all time. Second favorite, I would say now, but no, I'd still put them at number 1. I don't know. It's tough, depending on the day of the week. But when Chester Bennington took his life, yeah, that was a little bit of a rough day for me. So I definitely relate to anybody struggling through all that. And thoughts and prayers go out to Taylor's family and the band. And yeah, man, we'll get through it. But it's never fun to lose somebody. Thoughts on season 11 of The Walking Dead so far? I'm enjoying it. It's all right. It's interesting. There's a lot of intrigue, which is surprisingly different for The Walking Dead. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. And the whole twist of the last episode, some good shit right there. Some good shit. For the Superman archetypes of Marvel, who can you see playing Hyperion or the Sentry? I kept saying Sentinel. Sentry. Wouldn't use Henry Cavill for those two. I'd want him to play Captain Britain or Hercules. Well, that's what I was trying to say with Alan Richardson. I suggested him for... I said Sentinel. I meant Sentry. That's who I suggested for Alan Richardson, so I'd still stick with that. I'd still stick for that. I don't remember who Hyperion is, to be honest, though. I haven't watched the Joker scene, but I heard he had some sort of disfigurement in it, and they wouldn't want to make more disfigured characters. Seems like a little like they're leaning too much into that trope. I mean, it's a different way to do the Joker, so, I mean, it's a trope. I know it's always been a thing to, like... But, and there's a lot of negative connotations that come with it. But there's very minimal ways to do the Joker differently. So, I'm not going to harp on it. Not harping on it. I'm the only one who has noticed Lois talks too much, like a millennial, when she's like 45 or something. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I definitely have no issues with the way she talks. And she's only in her 30s, I think. Which, I'm in my 30s. So, I feel like we talk about the same. Pretty sure she's in her 30s, if I remember right. What's up, Shams? How are you doing? Basically a Batman Die Hard. Replace Nakatomi Plaza with Arkham. Instead of McClane, you got Batman. Replace Hans with Joker. The cop on the outside. Oh! Yes. With Gordon on the outside, but keep the gritty tone. Sorry, I should have said my comment was 3 parts. Oh, well, still followed along. Why Superman acting like John is taking drugs when he's basically when it's just basically an energy drink or energy booster or whatever? John needs to abandon the Kent family and join Edge, in my opinion, and train under him. Yeah, I 100% disagree with that, and Superman is definitely... I think Clark's definitely in the right for being upset about it. It's like justifying cocaine use. Because it's an energy booster. It's definitely a little more than an energy drink. Energy drinks do not make you able to cave in somebody's chest with a restrained punch. Super fast, ultra hearing, give you laser vision. Energy drinks or energy boosters don't turn you into a walking weapon. So yeah, it's definitely understandable why Clark is upset. And using ulterior motives to win competitions. Also, good reason to be upset. Note for Doctor Who that Russell T Davies is returning the showrunner, so it might get better. Yes, I do know that. I know Russell T Davies is... I don't know if they're like throwing cash at him, but Russell's coming back. So I have some... I'm still... As much as I like what he did with the show, I'm still very restrained on... Because he's going to have to carry on a lot of the plot threads that Chibnall left in there. So we'll see. We will see. Are there any old school shows you like watching, like 60s to 90s? I'm currently going through Star Trek, the original series, and just watched the pilot of The Twilight Zone. I used to watch The Twilight Zone. I really like the old, like the black and white Addams Family. I thought that show was better than any of the other Addams Family stuff we've ever got. I haven't gone back to watch a lot of these in a long time, but I really loved watching the Addams Family. Hell, I watched a lot of I Love Lucy back in the day. I watched a lot of Andy Griffith back in the day. So Sabrina the Teenage Witch, good 90s show. X-Files, my favorite show of all time, 90s show. I think Buffy was a 2000s, or maybe it was late 90s. I can't remember. Friends, 90s show. Watch that. Still quite often. Yeah. Not a lot of 80s shows, I'll say. There's not a lot of 80s content I watch that's not animated. I Dream of Jeannie. Watched quite a bit of. Yeah. That's about all I got right now that comes to mind. I was trying to focus on like pre-90s, because I mean I grew up in the 90s. Power Rangers. So a lot of that stuff is still like hits home, but my parents and grandparents were always watching a lot of older stuff. So I have a lot of exposure to it. Barry's Joker reminded me a lot of Cameron Monaghan's Jeremiah. Kind of a little bit of a mix of the two. I can definitely see that. Contemplating watching the original run of Doctor Who, given they're referencing it more and more along with the movie. Yep. Give it a go, man. It's a lot to watch and a lot to catch up on, but there's some fun, really good stories in the old ones. For sure. I made that trek. It took me like 3 or 4 months, and I watched all of it. So it's doable. But yeah, it's fun. There's a lot of good storylines. Oddly enough, the second Doctor is one of my favorites. Are there any ideas in future collab with other YouTubers? I feel like you'd have a great chemistry with Greg and John over the Real Rejects, and would have great discussion on reviews. We've talked about it. I know that if I ever go out that way, they said they more than want to have me over on the channel or whatever. I've been on their channel once before. The video's still up. It's hard to find because it's, I think the video is like 2.5 years old now at this point. We talked about, it was after the Joker came out. We did like a little podcast with each other. Me, Greg, and John talking about, we were pitching our own movie ideas for a Joker-style villain-focused movie based on certain villains. I forget who all we said. I think me and Greg both said Scarecrow. And I feel like John said Darth Vader. I can't remember. I know someone brought up Darth Vader. It might have been me. I don't even remember at this point. It's been a long time. I don't remember what we talked about. All I remember is me and Greg had 2 different ideas of just doing like a gritty, grounded, Scarecrow-focused film. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to hang out with them again. I'm Busy Braun and Matthew Haynes. I've talked about this last stream. We've done videos together. We used to have, our organizer hasn't put any of this stuff together in a while, so we used to have this reactor trivia get together that we would do. We've done 3 of them, but we haven't done one since the last one, sadly. But the last one we did had, me, Busy, Chainsaw, Married to the Real, Normies, Blind Wave, Akasan, lots of people. It was cool. It was wild, but we haven't really done anything like that since. I've been on Akasa's channel a few months ago when season 7 of The Flash wrapped up. We had a little get together to talk about The Flash because he wanted to have somebody on there that's been enjoying it. At least enjoying The Flash up until this point, because he had long since not enjoyed The Flash, so they wanted to have a perspective from a positive watcher. So that was fun. But yeah, I'd love to do more. It's just opportunity and timing is rough. Do you think The Witcher short stories... Do you have The Witcher short stories book? Yes. Here's a lot easier to read the main series if you have the context of the short stories. That's what I've started on. I haven't even got to the main series yet. I've been reading them in chronological order. So the first short stories collection was The Last Wish, and then it goes into the Blood of Elves, I think. Do I have that backwards? I can't remember if I have that backwards. Sword of Destiny. Sorry. Sword of Destiny is the second one. It's down there. I didn't have it in the other ones. So it's Last Wish, Sword of Destiny, and then the first book of the main series, which is Blood of Elves. So the first two short stories are The Last Wish and the Swords of Destiny. So yeah, for sure. I definitely would recommend those, because the show itself, if you're watching the show, is greatly tying in a lot of the short stories into them. Sprinkled them into... They're not in the same order in the show, but there's a lot of crossover and a lot of ways that they've integrated the short stories into the narrative of the show. What's up, Sketch? Just a thought, but if you were to post somewhere when/what book you are reading, maybe some people would be interested in also reading, so we could discuss. That is a neat idea, but that also would, I guess that would be motivation for me to actually keep going, because like keeping my motivation going on something like that, like it comes and goes. So I'd have to hold myself up to actually finishing what I'm reading if that's the case. Might be a good motivator to keep going though. I mean, if you're reading anyway. I don't know. You might have helped me up there, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm glad the Joker scene was removed. It took away from the reveal of the Riddler's motivations, as Joker worked it out. Also took away from Batman's detective work, asking Joker to do some of that work. Agreed. Still can't believe that people want to justify they like CW shows, say that it's an HBO Max production, despite the head of Max confirmed it's not remotely true. Yeah, people still say that, and it's not at all accurate. HBO has nothing to do with any of the shows that are on CW right now. Nothing. They don't provide any budget, any influence, any post-production. Nothing. It's all CW. All they do is host it. The actors have confirmed it, the producers have confirmed it, and according to you, the head of Max has confirmed it. People, that was a fake rumor, and it's still, people believe it to this day, because even if it's been, like, destroyed. I don't think I've picked up a book in years. I did just get the Batman prequel book on Audible, along with Super Gods by Grant Morrison and The Way of the Kings by Brandon Sanderson. See, I tried to do the audiobook thing, but I got so distracted. I cannot focus. I've learned that I cannot focus or visualize it when I'm hearing it. If I read it, it's a lot easier. But I don't know, for some reason, I just can't connect with a book, like audibly. It's weird. I thought I could. I tried it out, like with Dune, and I was like, man, I really need to see what all these words look like. So I ended up ordering the book. CW Gotham Knights just announced that Misha Collins is playing Two-Face. What is your thoughts? I don't know who Misha Collins is, so... I mean, my opinions on Gotham Knights, I talked about it quite a few times. I'm not a fan of the idea. I'm not a fan of the premise. I'm not a huge fan of that storyline in general, but who knows? We'll see how it goes. It's on the CW. The castings, they're for a bunch of people that I don't know, of a bunch of people I don't know, for characters I don't know. So, I don't know. It's hard to be excited for it. It's hard to really have an opinion on it. It's just, I'm not too thrilled on the premise. As far as the person that is playing Two-Face, I think he looks a little too young to be playing Two-Face, personally, especially considering we're supposed to be focusing on the kids of most of the villains. He looks like he would be one of their, like... He could have been, like... Let's say they were going into high school as a junior, that this guy could have been, like, a senior. Or just going to college. So, like, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. It's all weird. It's very CW in the way that they're doing their casting, but I don't feel one way or the other about it. Yeah, I haven't seen Supernatural, so I can't connect to that character there either. But I will watch it. I'll give it a chance. I gave Naomi a chance. I will give this a chance. So we'll see. Also, to add my previous comment, instead of saying yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, we can get Batman gets his hands on JoJo, say I'm the Batman, motherfucker. It'd be a perfect use of one F-bomb. That's hilarious. This message was sent 15 minutes ago. I'm cool. Going to sleep. Time difference. Hope you get some rest, Shams. Take it easy. And hopefully, I'll hear from you guys a little bit later. Time difference does suck, because I know for some people, like, by the time I get on, there's a lot of people going to bed, which is just hard to keep it so everybody gets in here, man. What's up, Alexander? How are you doing? Can you maybe greet me in the video? I mean, what's up? What's up, Alexander? Red Bull does not give you wings. Hashtag. That's good casting for Two-Face. He's one of my Batman villain. One of my favorite Batman villains beside the Joker. Rowling must be trolling these statements. Ooh, I'll stay out of that. Anyway, I just wanted to say keep up the good work, and I subscribe. Well, thank you, Deanna. I really appreciate that. I'm really glad that you enjoy what I do. Hell yeah. This isn't the same as X-Files, but did you ever watch Tales from the Crypt? Yes, I did watch some Tales of the Crypt. I did. But if you have not seen X-Files, watch it. Do it. You will see the roots of so many things that would later blossom into what you've seen in your favorite TV shows of today. I think modern television owes a lot to the X-Files. Just as it owes quite a bit to the shows of old, like Twilight Zone, and honestly, that's kind of the only show that comes to mind that's even remotely close to the X-Files from days of old is X-Files. Maybe a little Star Trek. Maybe a little bit. We've not seen kryptonite negatively affect the user unlike drugs like cocaine. So I disagree with Superman. I don't see a drug at all boosts energy from human to Kryptonian, which is unfair, dangerous, deadly, and irresponsible. A hazard to society. It doesn't have to have a negative effect on the user. It has a negative effect to anybody around them. That's ridiculous. Clark's 100% wrong. There's not even a debate to be had here. And like we said, we don't know that there's no negative effects yet. I mean, hell, Tag almost died from it. Some people will just die from it. We've seen that before. We saw that in season 1. It killed some people just by taking it. And they maybe stabilized it in this aerosol form. It also does kind of affect your personality, yes. As we definitely saw, did make people a little more aggressive. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Anyway, speaking of old shows getting reboots, Billy Ray Cyrus is apparently producing a modern day reboot of Beverly Hillbillies. My only thought is, why? It's a good question. I used to watch that show. That would be interesting. I'd be curious to see how they did that, though. Like, what would the show look like? Like, how would it play out? Who would they have in the cast? I mean, that makes sense coming from Billy Ray Cyrus, let's be honest. So, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'd be very curious to check it out. That's one of those shows, I completely forgot about it because I forget it exists sometimes, but that's one of those shows I watched a lot when I was a kid, too. Just started watching Attack on Titan with my hubby, and I am loving it. Oh, it's so good. How far are you? You know you just started, but how far are you? It gets bananas. I even if it's not my favorite anime, and who knows, that might change by the time it ends. There's only one episode left in the show. And I think they're going to be ending it out. The rumor is that they're going to be ending it in either one movie or two movies. Like the end of the show won't be the actual end of the story. They'll conclude it in like a film or something. But it's insane. Once it's over, depending on, unless they pull a Game of Thrones season 8 somehow, it could end up hedging out my former favorite anime to be my favorite anime of all time. I will at least say, even if it is not my favorite, it is probably the best written anime that I've seen. It's so good, so thought-provoking, action-packed, emotional, terrifying. Season 1, episode 11. So still in the beginning. I know there are 4 seasons. Yes. Oh, summer child. Anyway. What do you mean? Will Andrew Garfield return for Spider-Man 3? I don't think I mentioned that anywhere before in this, so I'm not sure what this was in reference to. I know I'm behind. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, pre-90 stuff. I got a soft spot for Are You Being Served? I've never heard of that one. I've not heard of that one. Hello. Went to Universal Studios, had fun with the family, went to Margaritaville, and had a pina colada with coconut rum. Rode the Velocicoaster twice, and then rode all the Harry Potter rides. Well, sounds like you had a good time. Hell yeah. I've never been to Universal. I've never been to Disney. Actually, I've just never been to any of those theme parks. The only ones I've ever been to, I've been to Busch Gardens. I've been to Six Flags, Kings Island, and Cedar Point in Ohio. Those are the only places I've been. And the P&E, which I don't think this counts. The P&E in Vancouver, which I don't know if that's still a thing or not. I don't know if that's still around. Why do you think the Scarecrow-centric movie hasn't been done yet? The character is interesting, and with the increasing popularity of horror, if of late, I feel like it would do well. I think they just don't think that there's a lot of drive or want for that character, because he's not necessarily as fun as like the Joker, because like how he interacts with people. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why it hasn't been done. Can't tell you. I was trying to think it through, and I was like, no. All these things make sense. We could definitely do that. We could do that. I have no idea. They definitely should, though. Speaking of Darth Vader reimagining, I've always wanted a CW-ish style 10-season series in the vein of Smallville that reimagines the lore of Star Wars and is centered around the fall of Anakin. That'd be weird, but it would be interesting. I would probably watch it, though. Man, I need to go back and watch all the episodes of Smallville that I've missed. What's up, Morbos? From the Philippines here. Well, shout out to the Philippines. I know quite a bit of people that live over there and are from there that live here. Anyways, I have to go now. I'm at my friend's house. I'll see you next Saturday. Have fun, Donick. Have a blast. Michael and books don't always mix. That is very true. It's very easy to get distracted from what I'm reading. Becoming a part-time booktuber would really add to the Omni part of the Omni Media brand. I know, right? I did post a thing about a book my friend wrote. And I did do a review of Light of the Jedi, the first of the High Republic books that released. So I've got 2 things in there. I got 2. And I had a friend back in the earlier days of the channel, had a friend ask me to react to an Eminem music video. I did that. So we got some music in there. But yeah, it is very much focused on a few specific types of media. So you are correct in saying that we probably, to honor the name of the channel, need to broaden our horizons a little bit. Never really got into the lore of Halo or played the games, but man, that was a badass first episode. Amazing acting and writing. Man, the lore of Halo, it is dense. Like, it's not quite there, but it's like Dune levels of depth to the world. Maybe, I think it might, I don't know, it's like somewhere in between the level of depth that, well, I don't know, man, just some more stuff I keep diving into. I think it's a healthy place between the world of Fire and Ice that George R. R. Martin created and the amount of depth to the lore. Somewhere between that and Dune. And how much there is to explore, how much there's going on, the factions, the lore, the history. Because, I mean, the story and the lore of Halo spans, like, billions of years. Things that are affecting us current day in the storyline started and kicked off thousands and millions and sometimes billions of years before Master Chief. It's insane. There's some really fun stuff that they play around with in the lore. A lot of political stuff going on too. If we go into like the expansive stuff that's going on around the time of the games or post Halo 3, even during some of the stuff that happens before the Covenant ever show up in the universe. It's great. It's my favorite game of all time. Right now, it is Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3. Are you going to see Fantastic Beasts 3? Yes, I will go see it. I will be seeing that film. Stabbed by the Senate. Mr. Collins played a character from Supernatural, but you haven't seen that, as I think you have seen before. Yes. Are we going to see Harley Quinn on any Arrowverse show? We did not see her whole face on Arrow. It was kind of funny when she called Diggle chocolate cupcake. Yes. Yeah, she was there, and then she was name dropped in this season of Batwoman. They couldn't even use her name in Arrow at the time. But now things are a little more relaxed, and they were actually able to drop her name in this latest season of Batwoman. So who knows? We could at some point. Superman and Lois has proved that if the network is given the right budget, cast, crew, and then TV shows can rival movies. And writing. Yes. I guess that falls in line with crew. Do you think that Ronnie's killing people, he can't control his powers because he doesn't have Firestorm Matrix or a partner? I mean, that could be it. Maybe his half of it is going raw and out of control. Could be. You could. That could be a good way to go with it. Barry's getting more screen time than he ever did in Season 7. Yes, he did. And yes, I'm loving it. You missed both my chats regarding Nova. Sent it twice as you missed the first one. Nova. So I'm watching Attack on Titan. I don't. Foo Fighters. BBC YouTube channel. Hugh Grant. Unless it was like way back at the beginning of the stream, I'm not seeing it, Justine. So if you can, maybe try to resend it. I don't see it. So true about X-Files. I watched that when I was younger and watched it again maybe 3 years ago and had a new appreciation for the show. Yeah, I find stuff each time I rewatch it like that I'm catching and modern stuff today. And it's just, it blows me away, man. Especially from all the younger versions of huge faces that we see today. Like with their guest spots, guest appearances, lots of guest stars in the X-Files that are surprising. A lot of familiar faces you guys would see in a lot of your current shows going on, especially some CW faces. Some people we've seen in Supergirl, some people we've seen in Walker. Not we, I haven't watched it, so. But I know that my skin man from X-Files is in Walker. Some of the greatest villains of all time. Some of the greatest storylines and episodes in television of all time. We got... there's actually an episode written by Stephen King. There's... X-Files is where... Why am I blank? Vince Gilligan got his start as a writer to go on to do Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Both Walt and Jesse are in X-Files. Robert Patrick was a main character for 2.5 seasons, so he's in there as well. Anna Gish, for you guys who've watched Hill House, and she's been a lot here lately. Oh, and Dana Scully, man. And my man crush, David Duchovny. Didn't they say earlier in the season that XK affects your personality? Yes. Yes, they did. Do you plan to watch and review X, the new A24 film? I have not had a chance to go see it yet, so I might do that tonight. I know I said this last weekend, but it didn't happen. I was just too exhausted. I did not feel like leaving the house, so I might do that tonight. There's like a 10:30 showing that I might go do that then. D's nuts. I don't know what this was. I don't know if this was supposed to be. Did you get to solve the latest Wordle? I have not played Wordle at all. I have not got into this craze yet. You think that Tag gave Jordan a boost because he didn't get super hearing? Gave Jordan a boost because he didn't have super hearing. Tag was fighting him, and all he had to do. Yes. Because emotional escalation can cause them to access their other powers, and usually once you get access to it, you can summon it a little more easily. So in that confrontation, it probably did trigger it. Could you give a shout out to Cinema Courtroom Show? We're a podcast that is centric on movie reviews and courtroom jazz. There you go. I've not heard of you guys, but I will have to check you out. I don't know what courtroom jazz is, though. Watched the Power Rangers movie for the 5-year anniversary, and I still like it, even if I'm in the minority. I would have liked a sequel. Yeah, like I've said before, definitely had my problems with it, but I had a fun time with that movie. Season 1, episode 11, so in the beginning, so I feel like I already read that. Maybe I read it myself and forgot to actually, I don't know. Anyway, I feel like I've read this already. Anyway, you're on Season 1, Episode 11 of Attack on Titan, and you said, I know there are 4 seasons. I swear, I feel like I read that out loud already. Who knows? I could be tripping. Yeah. Keep me updated. Keep me posted on what you're experiencing. I can't unthink while watching Stargirl that Barbara is TCW from Scrubs. TCW. Barbara and Stargirl. Oh, I forgot her name, man. Shit. What's her actress's name? Amy Smart, right. Oh, you're right. You're right. Jamie Moyer. Man, more people from Scrubs and DC stuff now. That was funny that you named Roku in my Flash reaction this week. Yes. It's like, who can fight a volcano? I was like, I can name quite a few people that can fight a volcano, or at least have tried. Roku's the most iconic one that comes to mind, though, for me. But it was obviously Roku needed some help from Sozin to take that out, but still. How does simply taking XK as a negative effect to people around the user? It depends on what the user decides to do with the energy boost. Is drinking Red Bull negative? Oh my god. I don't know how you are equating this to a Red Bull. So performance-enhancing drugs are okay in competitions. Things that escalate your emotional volatility are okay. People that make you more aggressive to those around you, that's okay too. Things that, literally, if you have no control over your body or have done this for the first time, just start popping off laser visions into a crowd of people that you don't know what you're doing, that's okay. You accidentally, you give your buddy a shoulder punch, you're like, hey man, what's up? I just took some of this drug, what's up man? And you break his arm, that's fine. Totally okay. You lose control of your super speed and go zooming headfirst into somebody's car through a building, collateral damage, it's all right. It's just a Red Bull. God. It is deadly. Especially if you're just a bunch of shithead kids taking it, or crack house junkies running around town just snorting the shit up. Like that dude that just started a fight with some kids, hopped up some XK and just started beating up some children. It's dangerous. That shouldn't be in normal people's hands. Are You Being Served is a raunchy British sitcom about a department store from the 70s. Okay. Probably why I never heard of it. If they could do Gotham Knights, please do Nora and Bart spinoff. I'd be fine with that. I would be okay with that. If you think about it, Batman Begins is still kind of like a Scarecrow-centric film, since his fear toxin is what spread throughout. It's like Scarecrow adjacent. Like, he's like a good part of getting the narrative forward, but he ends up just being a puppet of Ra's in the end. So it's just... I want it to be all from Scarecrow's perspective, though, is what I mean. Like the Joker film, all of it was from Joker's perspective. So, like, I want it to be the creation, the birth, the motivations, the psychology of what drives Jonathan Crane to become the Scarecrow. Like, you should be on his side through even though he's doing all this crazy shit. Like a Walter White situation, like the decline of a character into a villain. That's what I want to see. Not like Batman and the main villain is... We're following Batman and the main villain is the Scarecrow, but I mean the Scarecrow is our main character, is what I mean. Misha Collins is Castiel from Supernatural. Also, like I said, I've never seen Supernatural. And it's a different Gotham Knights premise. Instead of all the Robins teaming up after Batman's death, this one is the Rose Galleries are teaming up. Right. Yeah, I know it's not exactly the same, but I don't know. That sounds a little least okay. We'll see. Loved Light of the Jedi. I'm still 2 books behind on the High Republic, and that's just because I'm not in the Star Wars mood after Boba Fett. Obi-Wan will suck me back in. I didn't mind Light of the Jedi. There was a lot of cool stuff in it, but it didn't like, man, I gotta see what happens next for me. I don't know. I've been trying to keep up with what's been going on in the High Republic, but so far, it's just not hooked me. Like, I didn't have any problems with Light of the Jedi outside of, I know it was like our introduction to this time. And that we wanted to set the line with a bunch of different perspectives. But that made it hard to keep an eye on what's going, because we're juggling all kinds of different storylines that would eventually spin off onto their own thing in their own book and their own comic and stuff later. It just made the first one it was a little jumbled. I didn't feel like we had like a main narrative outside of the stuff with the Vikings. I forget their names right now. But it was okay. It was a fun book, but High Republic, not my best period in the galaxy. Not my favorite. Best way to get into Halo is reading Fall of Reach. When did you first read it? Oh, I couldn't tell you. It's like 10, 15 years ago, probably. It's been a long time. That's honestly the only book I actually finished. The rest of them I read most of on the Halo Wiki after the fact, like a breakdown of what had happened. I just don't have the time most of the time to read them all. I got a bunch of them. My brothers read most of them. But, Yeah, I haven't physically read all of them, except for The Fall of Reach, which I read beginning to end. It was so good. Yeah, some of the cast some young unknowns, get a decent budget. Title of the show, Chosen One, have the final scene of the series be Vader's helmet being put on and he hears breathing the Imperial March. Graphic novel reviews could work. Quicker to read than novels, and you could tie them into what movie is coming out. I've thought about that. Considering I was thinking about reading The Long Halloween before going into this, even though we had just watched like an adaptation of The Long Halloween, which was also really good. But yeah, never watched Halo. I heard the first episode is good. It's pretty good. It is pretty good. Definitely, if you're a fan of the show, you're going to have some problem, or a fan of the games, you're going to have some problems with it. But there's just as much in it to really enjoy if you're a fan of the games too. What's my favorite Marvel game? Spider-Man. The PS4 Spider-Man game. What's up, Sticky? Stixy. Sonic the Hedgehog voiced by Kumail Nanjiani. That would be weird. That would take a lot of getting used to. I haven't seen Flash since Armageddon, but my guess is who it is Eddie Escobar Blue. Will be right eventually, I hope. We'll see. We will see. Who knows? Who knows? Which Power Ranger is my favorite, Red Ranger or Green Ranger? Red Ranger, Jason. Green Ranger, Tommy. Pretty easy for me. Pretty easy for me, man. And then you could do Arrowverse-style TV universe sequel set in the Rebellion, that is a sequel to the Vader show. Tell long stories set in the original trilogy. That'd be so weird, but I'd be down for it. But watch Spectacular Spider-Man because it's a good show. I have not. The last Spider-Man animated show I had ever watched was the MTV one that was based in the Amazing Spider-Man universe. I have not seen anything since then. Tails voiced by Tom Holland. Knuckles voiced by Vin Diesel. No way. I didn't know Stephen King wrote an episode of The X-Files. Yes, it is called Chinga. I can't remember which season it's in. It's either 5 or 6. Woo! Season 5. Woo! I feel good about myself when I can nail the season and episodes in. I didn't quite nail it, but I at least kind of narrowed it down. When a show has 11 seasons and you remember one episode and where it is, especially when most of the episodes don't have anything to do with the main plot. So, hell yeah. Real quick. Thank you for that super chat. Have to head out. Had a great time. Looking forward to your Moonlight reaction this week. Well, thanks for tuning in, and thank you for the super chat, Amanda. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Let's see. The only shows I watch on the CW besides the Arrowverse is All American, and that show is really good. I only watch the Arrowverse shows on the CW. I don't watch any of the other ones. Hope we get Nora and Bart spinoff, maybe like Flash season 10. Do you think they will lead into it after a season 9 pickup? I think it's possible. I've been hearing a lot of talk around it, but we'll just have to wait and see. I wouldn't be against it. I'd be down to see it. We need to carry the line forward in a lot of ways. Find it out soon, hopefully. I just saw Doctor Strange 2 yesterday, and it's so wild. Somehow I don't believe you. CGI for the Flash this episode was way better than the last. Yes, I agree. I'm really fighting my dyslexia so hard today. Sorry if it's taking me a little while to read some of these chats. Yeah, I did think the CGI was a lot better in this episode than it was in the one before it. With that Barry running away from that explosion, that was awful. I think Jordan is going to go evil. I'm hoping not. I hope not. We'll see. Is courtroom jazz that jazz, but his just jazz, but really judgy. That's a nice little joke. I like that. It's been 5 years since Power Rangers. Man, they should have made a sequel. Well, they got the rights got bought out by a whole other company, so they couldn't continue where they were at. The rights changed hands, so even if they didn't, that happened what 2-3 years ago when Hasbro brought the rights. So I don't know. that probably played a big role in it, but also the general reception of the movie probably helped kill that franchise, unfortunately. Now, I think John is going to become evil, and Jordan is going to be the good Superboy. I just hope I hope neither of them become evil. Subvert the trope. Is it better to watch Doctor Strange 2 in IMAX 3D screen or Dolby 3D screen? If it even is in 3D. I refuse to watch any of these movies in 3D. So, I don't know. IMAX, probably? Where do you think we'll see Kate Bishop again? You know, I don't know. Out of all the announced shows we have lined up and movies, I don't know where it would make sense for Kate Bishop to pop up, to be honest. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure. Really bummed they teased Tommy and we never got that sequel. I was even hyped when they said that they might have made Tommy a girl to balance out the team. Yeah, there was also a lot of people not happy with that rumor floating around, so... Tommy was always my favorite character, so I was a little like, well, it's not my character how I liked it, but it was a whole different thing, so it's like fine. So I would have definitely been on board either way, but yeah, I was really hoping to see what they did with that and how they would explain that, especially when they revealed that, you know, Rita in that universe was the original Green Ranger. So we got a little bit of a taste of what the Green Ranger can do. So it's kind of cool. Regardless, I would have liked to have seen what they were going to do with it. Have you watched any other Power Ranger shows besides Mighty Morphin? Because the only other Power Ranger shows I really liked besides Mighty Morphin was Samurai, and the other ones sucked. The ones I've seen bits of every season, but the only ones I've seen all the way through were Mighty Morphin, Turbo, Zeo, Lightspeed Rescue, In Space, Mystic Force, Ninja Storm, RPM, I think RPM was the last full season I watched. And there's quite a few in there that I just skipped. Red Bull, give you wings. What's my Elden Ring progress so far? Well, so I took a lot of it off stream because these last 2 weeks have just been insane. Time Force. Yes, I've watched Time Force. Sorry, forgot that one. It's hard to remember all these names, guys. There's so many seasons. Actually, no, I don't think I've seen all of Time Force. I've seen most of Time Force. What were we talking about? Elden Ring. Yeah, things have been so crazy. I've been wanting to take some time to myself, and I've been playing the game myself. So from where we left off on the stream, I have beaten the game. I finished the game last night. Out of all of the bosses, there's only one I struggled with. Most of them I beat within 2. Some I one-tried. Some I took like 2 or 3. There's only one boss from what you guys had seen to where I finished the game that made me try like 10, 15 times before I finally beat them. This is an annoying mechanic. I found the difficulty with the game to be more centered around a lot of the enemies in the game rather than the actual bosses, which is a little disappointing, but it's fine. Finished them. I finished the game last night. I'm level like 190 now, I think. A lot of the dragons were also super annoying. Thanks for the shout out for our cinema courtroom. Much appreciated. Is it fair to say Steve Rogers took drugs and became Captain America? I mean, technically. He was an experiment. It's not inaccurate at all. I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew, and I'm looking to chip ass. Kick Chip's ass. Is that a quote from something? Why am that? I don't know what else to say to that one. The Gotham Knights CW show is not in the Arrowverse. It is still on the CW, but it's completely its own thing. That's exactly what I said. I've reinforced that a lot in this stream alone. So yeah. So speaking of Bart and Nora spinoff, please bring back Avery if they do. My God, Bart and Avery that have insane chemistry. And she's a future speedster herself, so why not? Damien versus Nightwing, because in Batman versus Robin, Damien won. I mean, I think Damien going all out could beat Nightwing, probably. Those Kent boys deserve better girlfriends. You're not wrong. I agree it's definitely dangerous, but my problem is the Kents call it a drug and accuse John of being a druggie. Well, he was addicted to it. The feeling of it, the power of it. I also don't like the Clark after he put Edge back in prison talks too much pawn behavior from him. Also don't like the Clark after he put Edge back in prison. Too much pawn behavior from him. I don't know what you're trying to say in that last half there. Sorry, Barry. I'm the only one that felt weird when Batgirl and Batman were together in the Killing Joke movie. You know, I thought that was really weird. I thought it was really weird. I did think that was weird. Am I? Okay, correction on the last one. Trigon versus Scarlet Witch. Probably Trigon. I don't know. No, take that back. Probably Scarlet Witch. Oh no, he's a demon. He's not really in the multiverse, so how does that equate? I don't know. I want to say Trigon because I like Trigon more than I like Wanda, so I don't know. Damien is my favorite Robin of all time. I think I'll agree with that. Damien's my favorite Robin. Dick Grayson is my favorite character, but I think it really became... He really came out on his own as Nightwing, so I don't really consider him... I like him most as Nightwing. So I would consider him, Damien, my favorite as Robin, the persona of Robin, probably. Halo show feels more like a Halo Reach show than a Halo show. Well, I mean, it's a precursor to the game, so it's leading up to that point. So Reach still stands, so makes sense. Fair. Omni versus Joe. Huh? What? So far, my main criticism of High Republic is the number of characters they continue to introduce. My favorite is Avar Kriss, is supposed to be the most powerful Jedi, but she is barely in it. My favorite character they introduced is the one that got captured at the end of Light of the Jedi. Don't know what happened to him after that. He was my favorite one that they introduced. I did like Avar Kriss, though. I think she was really cool. What superhero is this? Venom. We don't know what Earth Zoom is from. Last time he was Earth 2. What if Zoom is Earth Prime? The whole time try to find his own team of Legion of Zoom. Good theory, good theory. The only reason I watched Power Rangers Super Mega Force was because it showed all the Rangers come together and Tommy was back. Yeah, I've only seen that episode. Yeah, I've seen that episode. That was a crazy episode. MTV's Spider-Man was legit. Good show. Neil Patrick Harris is Spidey. I forgot he was actually Spidey in that. It's Marvel's Kid Arachnid. And that just looks like it looks exactly like the white spider that's on the symbiote to me. Batman wouldn't put his brother or Alfred back in prison if one of them, like, jumped in front of a kryptonite bullet to save his life. I just know that. Superman sucks. Oh, Batman 100% would put them back in prison. If they belonged in prison. If they couldn't be trusted. Alfred has not tried to take over and eradicate the human race. Alfred has not threatened his family or anything of the sort in multiple levels. Like, Tal-Rho is not anything at all equivalent to Alfred being put in prison. You're just trying to trigger me today. Like, what the hell are these takes? What's up, good vibes? First time commenting. Just wanted to say I really enjoy hearing your thoughts on different shows and movies. Thanks for keeping us all entertained. Hope all is going well for you, bro. Well, I really appreciate that. I'm just glad you guys enjoy it. Glad you guys enjoy it, man. It's fun. It's just fun because I don't have very many people to talk to on this side of the fence. So sharing that with you guys is how I kind of get through it all. Trigon versus Doctor Strange. Trigon. I'm going to go with Trigon again. Which superhero would you like to be in a AAA game? Flash. Let's make a Flash game. I want to go fast. Doctor Strange 2 was originally supposed to come out yesterday. Yep. Yes, it was. Sad days. Which episode do I like better? Daddy Likes Metal or Daddy Gets the Belt? You asked me this last weekend. And I said, Daddy Likes Metal, the first one, the first time we saw him. I think I did. Pretty sure I did. Raven from Teen Titans versus Scarlet Witch. I highly have a preference towards Raven, so I'm going to go with Raven. What do you make of Nova coming into live action? When I read it, was coming to live action. The first person I thought of was Brandon Davis from Comic Book, as he has been campaigning for it for a couple of years. I don't know. I don't know Nova that well. I just know of the character and what he looks like. There's been teases and hints of Nova throughout a lot of the MCU up to this point, so it's kind of surprising it took this long to get him in there. I don't know who Brandon Davis is. Yeah, I mean, sure, give it to him. Go for it. Yeah, I don't really know much about Nova outside of his powers, and I don't even really know that his powers that deeply. I just know what he looks like, and there's like a Nova core. But he actually has powers, I think. I don't know. I don't remember. But I'm excited to see what they do with him, because that'll be my introduction to the character, really. To be honest, I watched the show for the kids, and John Henry Irons the villain. Superman was a likable character, but oh well. Hopefully he goes against the system and breaks my man Edge out. Edge needs to be in prison. What the fuck? Superman's my favorite character in the show. I don't know what the hell. All power to you, man. All the power to you. You have a weird worldview, I'll just say. Let's not say weird. I don't want to be derogatory. Very different worldview than I do. To think Superman's in the wrong here at all. I do think that he's, and that you're siding with Edge. Anyway. That's like one that reminds me of those memes where it's like I would side with the Joker, or like the people that idolize the Joker. It's like the villains always have it right. Burn the world. Even though Edge has a redemption arc to come, he's still got plenty more time to pay. A few good deeds don't own up for what all he's done. That's why Clark at the end of the episode was like, maybe one day you can tell him yourself, acknowledging Edge's beginning to change, that maybe they can finally be brothers, and maybe one day Edge can actually earn that. Time Force was really good. Power Rangers Wild Force. Wild Force was okay. I wasn't a huge fan of Wild Force. Unring Dragon Boss was hard for me. Which one? There's like 100 of them. There's so many dragons. Rank all the Spider-Man solo movies. I've done that already. I don't want to. I don't want to do it again because it was so hard to remember them all. I don't remember what stream I did that in though. But yeah, I mean, real quick, I'll try to like think of them all because I always end up forgetting one. My favorite's No Way Home, Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 1, Far From Home. Homecoming. Spider-Man 3. The Amazing Spider-Man. No, Amazing Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 2. Is that right? So 5, 3, there's 8, right? 3 solo movies and 2. Okay, I think that's it. I think I got it. Lost Galaxy. I don't remember much of Lost Galaxy. I've probably seen more of it, but I don't remember it. The only way Superman redeems himself, at least to me, is going against the system and breaking Edge out. All right, whatever. All right. Good on you. That seems like Superman doing wrong. He is going against the system. He's been going against the system this entire time, but that doesn't mean breaking Edge out. Edge deserves to be locked up and needs to stay locked up. He hasn't earned freedom yet. Do you think we'll see Nick Cage back as Ghost Rider, maybe in a cameo in Doctor Strange 2? I mean, it's definitely possible. 2 pet peeves. Having to repeat myself. Being on your phone during a movie. I think those are 2. Which is funny, because I make people repeat themselves all the time, though. Sony is so stupid for letting Morbius get spoiled. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with all that. I've avoided it, because I don't want to know anything. So, rank all the Superman movies you've seen, and rank... Okay, I'm not spending half of the stream ranking stuff, because we got to wrap up here soon. So I'm sorry, man. Can't go about doing all that. I wonder, since The Rock is Black Adam, if DC will make a movie with him fighting John Cena's Peacemaker. You can smell what the Black Adam is cooking. I doubt it, but that would be fun. That would be a fun matchup. John wanted Power Rangers. If John watched Power Rangers... What? If John wanted Power Rangers... should have eaten a radioactive Dorito. What? Oh, just listen to the Cinema Courtroom. Turns out Barry Keoghan is a guest on it. Oh, really? Ooh, okay. I will have to check it out. Have you ever watched the DC Comics Flashpoint Paradox animated movie? Yes, it's my favorite of the animated movies. Next episode of Superman Lois has Superman missing. Do you think our Clark? Do you think it's our Clark, or do you think it might be on Bizarro's side of things? I didn't think about that bit. Like maybe the whole episode's in the Bizarro world. It's a good question. Good thought. I didn't think about that. Did not think about that. Omni versus Joe West. No, I will not fight Daddy Joe. Do you know Gamic Boy, a Spider-Man ripoff? I do not. Never heard of that. If you thought Elden Ring bosses were easy, try New Game Plus. Most bosses have more moves and get more frustrating. FYI, if you're level 190, makes sense. In-game boss expects you to be around level 140 to 150. Fair enough. Thomas Wayne versus Damien Wayne. I'd still probably give it to Damien. New Game Plus expect you to be 200 plus. Okay, fair enough. See, that's interesting because my roommate's already on his New Game Plus, and I think he's barely 200. And he said New Game Plus was he was like cruising through the game. Like he's almost at the end of it already. So I don't know. It was weird because like he was telling me New Game Plus was easier for him than the first time around. So I don't know. However, a New Game Plus build I'm doing is Avatar Aang build. Fire, Earth, Air, Ice moves only. I don't know why I do this to myself. Maybe you're handicapping yourself a little bit. Who knows? So Barry didn't get the belt in the Goldface episode. Have you seen the Ninjago season? Because most of them are pretty good. You or somebody has asked me about Ninjago a few times. I have not seen a damn Ninjago thing ever. So no, I have not. Oh, not a spoiler for the next episode of Superman Lois, but it's kind of set up for Jordan to be Superboy. What are your thoughts? I mean, they've been setting it up, I think, all season for him to really kind of start to step into that mantle or to fill that void just in case something happens to his dad or if his dad needs help. So I think it's definitely going to come. You've seen Ultimate Spider-Man Spidey said that Nova gets his powers from a bucket. Yeah, I have not seen it. Like I said, I have not seen that one either. Can you recommend a non-Marvel or DC comic? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. 6 more days till Morbius. Yes. Loden Greatstorm is the name of the Jedi that was captured. Yes, he was my favorite character in the whole book. Like what you said about exploring co-parenting and workable failed marriages at the end of your review of Season 2. Do you think Lana and or Kyle will find new loves soon, or will it be dragged out? I think we need to spend time on them learning to be friends first. And just manage this situation. So I'd like to spend some more time with them trying to figure out how this new dynamic works. Like I said in the review, I would like it if they end up not getting together, surprisingly, and we go a completely different route in there, because then we have some diversity in the types of family dynamics we're seeing in the show. And it would kind of subvert the trope, and then, like I said before, like shed some light, and a good light possibly, on, split families and how that can work and how they can change that up. Sometimes there's something just a family can't recover through, but you can adapt in a different way. So I like that. I hope it goes forward like that. I mean, the Elden Ring Swamp Dragon boss. Swamp Dragon. So like the one in the lake, or the one that poisons you with Scarlet Rot? Because that one was a pain in the ass. Really like Dino Thunder. I like Dino Thunder as well. What's your favorite element in Avatar, and which would you like to have? Fire. I think water or air would probably be the most convenient. Actually, no, maybe air. More practical use. Fire, I wouldn't have to worry about being cold in the winter. Save money on that heating bill. I don't know. Probably, it's tough. Fire's my favorite element, but I'm thinking practicality if I was going to have one. Dragon in the lake. Okay, yeah. I mean, when he first shows up, yeah, he's definitely supposed to be a pain in the ass. You're supposed to run away and come back later. Generally. Trigon. Missed my birthday on March 22nd. I'm now 35. William Shatner's 91. We share the same birthday. Well, happy belated birthday, Daniel. It's cool that you and William Shatner share the same birthday, and it's... Keep on powering on, William. Hitting that 91, man. You can make a Google Doc with your rankings for all your favorite movies and stuff like I did. So just Spider-Man movies ranked, 2022 films, DCU, blah, blah, blah. So when people ask you, just pull it up and read from it. That's a good point. I might have to do that. That'll probably be easier than trying to juggle it all over and try to figure it out on the end or on the fly. One thing the Power Rangers shows got right was the theme songs. Yes, there's so many really good ones. There's only a handful that I wasn't too big of a fan of. I have to repeat myself. Bitch, me too. And I have to make you repeat yourself all the time, so I know I'm annoying you every time I do it. Nicolas Cage is hinting that he may cameo in the Flash movie as his Superman we never saw from Superman Lives. That would be cool. That'd be cool. My favorite Superman movie? My favorite Superman movie is Man of Steel. If we're including animated, my favorite Superman movie is All-Star Superman. Nova is the last surviving member of the Nova Corps on the planet Xandar, and we know that Thanos destroyed half of Xandar to get the Power Stone, maybe in a flashback to that in the movie or the show, perhaps. Oh, that'd be interesting. So how does that give us the powers? Because I remember all the Nova Corps, they were just basically like pilots, cops, and stuff like that, right? So how does this one end up getting powers? Maybe the same way Captain Marvel got hers? Maybe from the radiation of the snap or the execution of the Power Stone? We'll see. Sorry, what I meant to say is if John wanted powers, he should have eaten a radioactive Dorito or a Red Bull. Goku and Vegeta now beat all animated Superman and all live-action Superman movies and TV show and some of the comics versions. That is true. But not the most powerful comic book version of Superman. They still can't beat him. They still can't beat pre-crisis Superman. You can't tell me otherwise. I keep up with all the Vegeta and Goku stuff to this day, and they're still not there. Say flies avoiding him. Star 1, 2, 3 doesn't want flies avoiding him. Doctor Strange 2 will come out early just for you. What? I think I might have missed something, or my brain is turning to mush. I'm gonna say I really enjoy your Stranger Things reactions. Well, I'm glad you enjoy them, Morbos. Thank you. I'm having fun with it, man. It's a really fun show. Connor versus John Kent from the comics. I mean, John Kent's got more powers than Connor. John Kent is another Superman. Connor doesn't have all of Superman's powers. So, I mean, I think John Kent would win if this was like a fight. As far as the characters go, I don't know John Kent that well. I grew up around Connor, so I'm not too sure who I'd go with there. Homelander versus Superman. Who do you think wins? 100% Superman. Not even close. Have I seen the canceled Swamp Thing series? Yes, it's amazing, and I'm so sad because it ended so much in a way that I wanted season 2. I needed to know what they were going to do in season 2. They set up Floronic Man, got a small glimpse of him. I wanted season 2 so bad of that show, even though they announced its cancellation when the first episode aired. So annoying. So good. Really good. Saw in one interview of Alex Garfin, he would like to cross over with The Flash. Yes, he did. So hopefully that will happen. Have you watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Super Shredders? That would be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. Yes, I have seen all of the live-action Ninja Turtle movies. And I think the original ones, other than 3, still hold up. I think the first one is the best Ninja Turtles movie that's been made. arguably one of the best comic book movies that's ever been made. Dragon Balls in the Lake. I want to know why Jordan did not go to the diner to meet Sarah after the fight and tell Sarah, sorry, I had to hit my brother with something. Because he had cuts and bruises all over his face and somebody else's blood all over his knuckles. I think that was why he didn't want to go in. He could have probably super sped and cleaned up before going in, but I don't know. He didn't really want to do that. He just said yes to get out of that conversation so that he could follow up on Candace. So, we'll see. I'm sure it's going to be addressed, though. With air, you can fly and kill someone like Zahir. But he can only fly after being completely detached from Earth. And in order to do that, he had to no longer have his loved ones in his life. He was only able to fly after his, I don't remember if they were fiance, wife, girlfriend, whenever the lava bender, whenever the combustion bender died, the girl he was with. He was only able to fly after finally losing his final attachment to the material plane, and that was her. I would like to not be completely alone. I like my attachments. I like the people in my life. I like my things. I could never, if I was an airbender, I could never fly. So, just playing it how it is, telling it how it is. You really trying to decide between fire and airbender? Pick Avatar, so you get all four. I mean, that wasn't a choice. If that was a choice, I'd go with Avatar. Duh. What is the most inconvenient of all the elements? Air and fire can both make their own stuff. Well, airbenders don't make their own stuff. Their stuff just has the benefit of being everywhere around them. Firebenders are the most broken, I think, because they can just generate it out of their own key. Hope Jordan will get his suit this season. We'll see. Hate those blood hunter guys that attack you for no reason. Yeah, those are annoying. Definitely annoying. See the deleted scene from the Batman, though, posted all over YouTube. Do you think it should have been cut? Yes, and it didn't seem very important to me. It was cool, though. It was alright. I liked the dynamic, the back and forth between Batman and the Joker. I don't know how I feel about Barry Keoghan's Joker yet. I will say that so far, I didn't really like it. Just from this initial impression. But I do think that it should have been cut from the movie. I think it definitely would have made the movie a little too messy to keep it in. Steve Rogers does return the Power Stone, and he'd be returning to Xandar. No. That's not where he takes the Power Stone back to. Remember, they got the Power Stone from... Shit, what's the name of that planet? He would have had to taken the Power Stone back to where they had knocked out Peter before he stole it. So he wouldn't be going back to Xandar and giving the Power Stone back. Remember, he has to go back in time and return it to 2012 or 2014, whichever one it was. I think it was 2012 when Peter was going to steal it. So it'd be before all of that. So Xandar will still get destroyed, regardless. Which Injustice story in the game did you like more, 1 or 2? I think I liked 2 more than I liked 1. I think I liked 2 more than 1. 2023 will be the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park. Something special happens next year with a new movie or TV series. Too bad the next movie is Laura Dorn, Jeff Dorn is last. Yes. I don't think anything special is going to happen movie-wise because Dominion comes out this year. There's not going to be a series. I definitely doubt there'll be another movie within a year of the last one. Definitely doesn't. I don't think that's going to happen. We might get a special re-release in theaters, but I think that's going to be it. I think that'll be it. To conceal Jordan's identity, he should wear black face paint and a hood like Oliver's first suit. So just kind of grease across the eyes and a hood. Just kind of pull a hood. You know, back when Oliver was just the Hood, before he took Barry's advice and got a mask. Maybe. I mean, he's definitely pulling like a young Clark Kent from Smallville, where he just went around with a hoodie pretty much and a jacket. I know the end of Flashpoint Paradox, Thomas Wayne, Batman died, but I wish they could have made another movie about his adventures and his dimension. He's my favorite character in that movie. He was a really good character. Really like that. And I'm still really disappointed in WB in the decision to move forward and do what they're doing with this Flash movie instead of actually doing Flashpoint. When they had Jeffrey Dean Morgan already cast as Thomas Wayne, the perfect Thomas Wayne to play that Batman, and they are not going to be using that Batman. Pisses me off. I'm not going to lie. Nova gets his powers from an energy source called the Nova Force, which all Nova Centurions wield. This power was transferred to Richard Ryder, aka Nova, by the Nova Centurion Ramon Day. So I guess did they all... Power was transferred to him specifically. So basically just pulled all their energy into one being rather than being like a force. Interesting. How are the Stranger Things reactions doing for the channel? I definitely noticed some new people commenting who usually do the rounds with other Stranger Things reactions. They're all pretty good. Surprising enough for something that's a little older and not in the zeitgeist at the moment just yet. They're doing way better than I kind of expected them to do. Yeah, it's fun. It's really cool. We are getting a lot of new people into the channel, though. And that's exciting. Hopefully, they like to stick around. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret Reviews. Why did Shredder lose his Super Shredder form? He didn't. He died. He gets the Super Shredder form and then dies. There was no losing of the power. He got the power, he stayed in the power, and then he died. Would you rather fight Superman and your only defense is a shard of kryptonite, or fight Homelander with your only defense being a bottle of breast milk? I might have a better chance with Homelander, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know. I'm assuming they're both going to try to kill me. Maybe Superman the kryptonite, if he's got any humanity left in there. Shit, I don't know, man. That's scary either way if they're trying to kill me. I'll go with the Homelander and the breast milk. Then again, he might just kill me and take the breast milk anyway. Really wanted season 2 of Constantine. It was amazing. I'm not one for horror, but the characters were worth suffering through my squeamishness. Still need to go back and finish that. On Instagram, Marvel showed Tom Holland, Spider-Man has Doctor Strange power, and jump into Naruto world and jump into... What? The fuck? Somebody make like a weird edit or something? Think Jordan is going to get cheated on again? I hope not. I really hope not. Because then she's just following in her father's footsteps in a way, so... Just got to Maul's return episode in Clone Wars, man. The show is blowing me away, making me love Star Wars and the sequels 100 times more. The sequels or the prequels? Sequels would be weird. The prequels would make more sense, but might be what you meant. Like season 2 of Superman Lois, but I think the first 8 episodes of season 1 are better than season 2. What do you think? Yeah, I can agree with that. I think the first 8 episodes of season 1 are better than the first 8 episodes of season 2 so far, but season 2 I still think is really damn good. I don't like how people say that Alana got mad for no reason at Kyle. She told Sarah that if Jordan, if just do it different. Yeah, it's definitely 2 different things. 100% 2 different things. One's just a weird... They're 14. They're kids. They're not going to know any better. And it was a little smooch. Not like a 6-month-long fling. Banging in your own home. All kinds of other stuff. Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same. Because child kept on lawn for months. I would kiss someone once, and those 2 are completely different things. She only kissed her the one time. She's like, oh, that was weird. She didn't mean to. It was a heat of the moment thing. They're 14 again. They're kids. Kids fuck up. And it wasn't anything huge. Get over it. Here they're making a Flashpoint 2 storyline. A new Flashpoint timeline still exists. What? What are you talking about? There isn't a Flashpoint 2. What Flashpoint timeline still exists? What are you talking about, Daniel? reading more. I think you're reading more more tabloid headlines that you just automatically always believe. Wait, Negan was supposed to be Thomas Wayne. He was already cast. He was already cast in BVS. He's Thomas Wayne. In Batman vs. Superman, he was Thomas Wayne in the flashback. And Laura Cohen, Maggie from Walking Dead, was Martha Wayne. Perfect castings, wasted. I think Jordan might break up with Sarah, and for now, let her find more of herself. He doesn't like keeping secrets, and he is finding himself keeping more and more. Yes, I think that's another thing too, because he's having to keep more and more secrets about what's going on. So I think it might be the best thing to go for in general. Where would I rather live? Gotham or Metropolis? 100% Metropolis. 100%. Homelander is weakened by breast milk? He's not weakened by it, but he can definitely be swayed by it because he has a fetish for breast milk. Did not know WB had already cast Jeffrey as Thomas Wayne. Thanks for this. It's a shame that they aren't going to let Jeffrey in the movie. Man, it's like people didn't catch that in BVS, man. It's not that he was already cast. It was we've seen him. We've already seen him as Thomas Wayne. He already exists in the DCEU as Thomas Wayne. We saw him in Batman vs. Superman. In the flashback. That was Jeffrey Dean. Because Snyder was setting that up. Anyway, I wish they made another movie of Flashpoint where Bruce died and Martha became the Joker, and they made a movie to see what the world would be like. Pay good money for that. Me too. I would have liked to have seen them actually follow Flashpoint. But we'll see what they do. See what they do. Yep, they did announce that Christopher Lloyd will be in The Mandalorian Season 3. Do you think that Natalie will build a robot Superman? Which fortress and hologram do you think is being used by Edge in the Bizarro world? Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? It's reversed, so maybe he's using the one in the Arctic. Hologram? I'm not sure what you mean by that one. And who knows? Maybe Natalie could create a cyborg Superman. We'll see. Prequels. Yes. Sorry. Daniel Radcliffe as MCU Wolverine. Those have been rumors for a long time. I saw he addressed those rumors here recently, but again, I don't believe anybody on what they say. Insert, oh god no, Michael Scott meme from The Office. Tyler Hoechlin as Wolverine in the MCU. That would be cool. That would be cool. I'd be down for that. DC is working on a Flashpoint 2 timeline. In the comics? I don't know what you're talking about. Because if we're talking the movies, there is no Flashpoint 1 yet. So I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like Clark was right to tell Jordan not to tell Sarah, but if he did, he was understanding why she's not there all the time. Yeah, she would. But at the same time, they're young, and I don't know if I could trust a 14-year-old with a secret that could devastate a whole family. Never watched BVS due to the negative reception. Watch the Ultimate Edition. It's a lot better. It's pretty good. It's okay. It goes from to okay. There's a lot of great stuff in it, but the movie is still kind of sloppy. The Ultimate Edition makes it a lot more watchable. And yeah, the Umbara arc to the latest Maul arc gets better and better, and I cannot wait to eventually rewatch the films when it's done with the shows. Dude, you're gonna like it, man. You're gonna like it. I'd rather live on Oa. I don't know if I'd want to be on Oa either. What's my opinion on Pablo Schreiber, aka Master Chief, confirmed that he was in talks with Marvel to be Wolverine. He's way too tall. Can we just have a short Wolverine? Nah, I don't know. I mean, who knows? He could be good. I think he'd make a great Sabretooth, but never know. You never know. So that guy hasn't seen BVS. I mean, pretty much, I guess. I mean, a lot of people have seen BVS and they didn't even realize that was Jeffrey Dean Morgan, though. So, I mean, it's too. I mean, who knows? Did you hear that they had postponed the Dragon Ball superhero movie? Has been postponed to the summer. That sucks. Can't wait to see the Broly training with Goku, Vegeta, Beerus. I did not hear about that, but I'm not surprised either. I love Jordan and Sarah relationship. Jordan can't handle all that responsibility yet to be a boyfriend and a superhero. I agree with that. On top of everything that Sarah's going through, it's a lot of complication. He doesn't understand it, and he's starting to feel like an outsider in the relationship too. So we'll see. It might be the best thing to just kind of cut those ties. Thomas Wayne on the season 10 red carpet was around when the Rampage movie with The Rock was coming out, and in that interview he said, "I'm a better man than The Rock." And later said, "I would love to still be Thomas Wayne Batman as long as Warner Brothers gets their shit together." Yeah, man, he was talking about it too. He's like, "Man, I'd be down for it. I can't wait to. I love it. I want to do it." The Flashpoint thing, it's already been in his head. But they dropped all of that. I really like the Flashpoint animation movie. I was sad that Wonder Woman killed Aquaman's wife. Yeah, that was brutal. Brutal. Still, Thomas Wayne Batman, as long as Warner Brothers could get their shit together. Oh. What if Morgan Edge is Lana's rebound? Well, I mean, she'd have to break him out of prison first, but still. Feeling Warner Brothers got salty or bitter and wrote him out during those several reruns to over time. I think they did it one of two things. One, maybe because of that, but I think mostly because they want to distance themselves from the Snyder stuff. I think that's the biggest reason, is they want to distance themselves from the Snyder stuff. I've seen Superman Red Sun animation. I have not. Thought it was sad when Superior Man died. Well, I have not. And that's how you spoil a movie, Daniel. Have you seen Thing? Here's spoiler. Let's not do that. I have not seen it, so yeah, I have not. Is Henry Cavill completely done being Superman? Do you think he will be back? I don't know. They keep his Superman floating around, so I don't know. I hope not. YouTube chat room, am I right? Aquaman and Wonder Woman's were lovers when I saw that movie, and it was so weird. Yeah. And the fact that she killed Mira for getting upset about it when her husband was the one that was cheating on them. So rough. Omni was talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show. Took the mutagen and became Super Treasure. It's a really good show to watch. I wasn't talking about the show at all. I was talking about the movie. Yeah, I don't know. I think we have some confusion there. Love your videos. Would you do a tour or behind the scenes of your setup? I'd love to get a better look at all those Funkos. Keep up good work, good man. Or my man. I mean, I need to at some point or another because I get asked that a lot, to be honest. So one of these days I'm going to have to bite the bullet and do like a run through of all the stuff I have on my shelves and whatnot. So Dan Raven was saying on a talk show that he will not be Wolverine. Can't believe fans actually thought he would be. He also can't take his word for truth. He also said that the girl playing She-Hulk was not going to be She-Hulk, yet she's She-Hulk. Even though Mark Ruffalo already confirmed her as She-Hulk, they still lied about it. They always lie. I mean, Andrew Garfield lied. You can't trust anything that's said from the actors. Nothing. You can't believe anything out of anybody's mouth until you see the thing. So until it happens, who cares? It's up in the air. You can't believe the actor, you can't believe the studio, you can't believe anybody because they want it to be a secret. So who cares what he said? Doesn't matter what he said. He could say no, he could say yes. If he said yes, it's probably a yes. But if they say no, it's never a guaranteed no. Can't wait for Jedi Fallen Order sequel rumored to be coming out at the end of this year. What did you think of the first one, and will you be saying the second one? Love seeing Gotham's Joker with a lightsaber. I really liked it. I had a lot of fun with it. It was a lot of fun. It was a blast. I enjoyed the story, and I'm looking forward to the sequel, man. I really am. So yeah, I'm glad. I don't know if it's coming out this year. It might be a rumor, like you said, but I am excited for it. I think a lot of Season 2 of Superman Lois is about how even though two people are in similar mirrored situations, their actions and outcomes can be different. Yes. They should do an upgrade on Ben Affleck's suit because I like Robert Pattinson's suit better than Ben's suit. Ben's is still my favorite Batman live action suit. So we disagree on those. I meant Jeffrey Dean Morgan. In regards to... Oh, yeah, I knew what you meant. I know what you meant. It's kind of like Barry kept a secret from Iris for being the Flash back in season 1. And also, they were older. They were still older then, too. They could handle things a little bit different. If you were in charge, who would you cast as Wolverine between the two, Tyler Hoechlin or Henry Cavill? Tyler Hoechlin. I would cast Tyler Hoechlin as Wolverine over Henry. Will I be reviewing The Outfit? It's a mobster movie that's out now. I get hints of history of violence. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. So, I don't know. I don't even think it's playing at my theater. Wow, what the fuck? Yeah, it's not playing here. So that'll probably be a no. The show is called Superman and Lois, not Superman and Edge, and I'm afraid that Morgan Edge will be written off the show, and we know that what that means. That means he will probably die somewhere in the future. I mean, just because his name's not in the title doesn't mean that every supporting character gets killed. I've seen Teen Titans versus Justice League because I think they should have done a longer fight. I have, and yeah, I can agree with that. You'll follow the NFL. I do not. Not even remotely. I'm going to do a home tour episode. Not home tour, no. But maybe the setup. I miss Tony in the MCU. Me too. Daniel Kravis says he will never be Harry Potter again, and this is sad. No one here loves Harry Potter more than me. I mean, I don't think he said that. He said that it would be a while before he would return to it. He didn't, from what I remember from that interview, he didn't say he would never be Harry Potter. He used the Jurassic Park series as a reference. He's like, you see these actors coming back. They were away from it for 30 years, and then they came back. You know, he thinks it's too soon for him to come back. So I think that's what he meant. Just reported Lin-Manuel Miranda will miss the Oscars because his wife got COVID, so I assume Andrew Garfield will accept it for him if he wins. It's probably going to be the case. I hope his wife gets through it, man. Does it mean that Tony didn't build the Iron Spider suit or Stark suit for Spider-Man? No, all that stuff still happened. He just doesn't know that Spider-Man was Peter. So the timeline didn't get altered, just the memories, remember. You know what I would love to see? I'm still waiting for a Back to the Future 4. You definitely won't be getting it unless you get a recast. Blue Beetle is hype. Cannot wait. Wish they handled Chester and Allegra's relationship like they did Barry and Iris back in season 1. Same. What's up, Busy? How you doing, buddy? Hope you're having a good weekend. Last night I was watching Party and they saw Beetlejuice. It was awesome. Never get tired of that movie. It's a fun movie to watch, man. I could never watch The Flash because the CW app isn't available in Australia. So until season 6 came out is when I started watching it on Netflix and it became my favorite show. Well, damn. Getting right on board, man. So thanks for Netflix to coming in and saving the day. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's my second favorite Arrowverse show right now. I haven't watched Halo yet. Do you think it's worth watching? I haven't been able to watch your reaction videos for it yet. I'd wait. The first 20 minutes of it are awesome. The rest of the episode's a little, sure, maybe. I just have to see where it goes before I really kind of judge it. It's different. If you played the games at all, they're definitely doing something completely different. So who knows? If you played the games, you might be like, I don't know. If you haven't, you might be like, interesting. I don't know. We'll see. The building I work weddings at is an event venue, and the shoots from the movies, videos, and movies come here. It's a fall film called West Side Story, directed by someone named Steven. Only I bartend, and there was 3 a.m., so after that I wrapped for the day, I got to check out the set. Oh, that's cool. Lucky. COVID sucks. I got it. It's hard to fight off. I've yet to have it, thankfully. Yet, everybody in my house here has. Roommate and the girlfriend. So I was like, how the hell have I not got it? Magic. I am the cure. Got a choice. Would you hang out with Mayfield, aka Bill Burr from The Mandalorian, or the crazy lady that owns a hangar on Tatooine and dated a Jawa? Bill Burr. He might get me killed. Pelimoto, probably. Oh, so, hey, that might be fun to hang out with her on Tatooine. I don't know. Plus, all that meat. He's always cooking a shit ton of meat. One YouTuber I saw the reaction for a Flashpoint movie was talking about Superman animation design and talked about how his neck and eyes were so weird. I don't know. People feel what they feel, I guess. Great Scott! As Christopher Lloyd is joining the cast of Mandalorian Season 3. Yes. Hope they now that is back. Keaton is back. They start making sequels to his older movies, like maybe Beetlejuice goes to a Hawaii sequel, never got made. I mean, there was a Beetlejuice 2 that's been in development hell for a really long time. Did you hear the Suicide Squad was delayed? Yes, it is delayed yet again. And we still have not seen, in my opinion, real gameplay yet, so not surprised, actually. You think it's the escalator that was inhaled before Anderson and Bizarro got crossed over, being superpowered, and the pendants allowed them to survive the gateway? Oh, I think that's exactly it, because Bizarro had to inhale normal kryptonite, green kryptonite, to cross through the bridge. He did that before he entered the gateway with the pendant, so I think so. They got to make a Book of Boba Fett Season 2. That was a great show. I'm pretty sure it was a limited one, so I don't think we're getting another season of it. I wish they weren't making this Joker sequel. I think a sequel would just ruin it. I kind of agree, but who knows? Maybe they can do it. Which one of these crossovers do you prefer? Superman appears in The Flash or Barry appears in Superman and Lois? I would rather have Barry show up on Superman and Lois because the budget's going to be better. Are you going to stream later tonight with a new game? I don't know. I don't know yet. I'm probably going, like I said earlier, I'm probably going to go try to catch that movie that I missed last weekend. So we'll see. I don't know. I might just kind of relax. Now next weekend is my birthday, so we'll have a stream on Saturday, and then I'll probably do a stream Sunday, which is my actual birthday, and hang out with everybody for a little while. Also met Steven Spielberg, and I was walking by in a passing, made eye contact, and said hi to this dude in a vest and a hat. Said hi back, and as he was walking, I didn't realize it was Spielberg. Good job, man. You think Anderson's going to die? Probably. Gotta go. It's been fun. Looking forward to future videos. One last question. Did you get any new Funko Pops this week? Yes. Where is it? Well, I don't know. I don't think I got a new one this week. No, I'm blurring my weeks together. I got the new Luke and Grogu from the season 2 finale of Mandalorian. I haven't got a new one since that one. Yet, at least. Watch all the old live-action Ninja Turtles movies. Do you remember them going on tour as a rock group coming out of their shells? I have the VHS. Yes, but that's not canon to that universe, so take that. Do you think they will make an Obi-Wan Season 2 as announced? No. I doubt it, but I think they might do a follow-up in like some other series or a film. It's announced and advertised as a limited series, which means it's a single season. So, I don't know. But they said they will follow it up with some other stuff. So, I don't think it'll be like Obi-Wan Season 2, but I think there might be another show that carries on whatever that story or plot line was. Possibly. Hope you have a great birthday. Well, thank you. Just discovered My Hero Academia. Where has this show been all my life? I've only seen the first episode, and I do need to get back into it. Now Moon Knight is in the MCU. What team will be in the new Avengers or Midnight Sun? I have a feeling that Midnight Sun will kill bad guys. Probably Midnight Suns. I mean, Kevin Feige, I don't know if we can believe it or not, but said there's no more Avengers movies, so who knows? Who knows? Happy birthday. Mine was yesterday. Got chocolate. Indian food. Why, thank you, and happy belated for yours. Turning 34. For Superman and Lois, I wait for all the episodes in the season to watch it, but I can't watch your reactions. Damn. Well, sorry if we spoil anything. Because we're talking about it as it happens. You think XK made Anderson more crazy than he actually is? I mean, it's very well, it definitely could have. Which one of your reactions do you like more? I don't know. I've been it's hard, man. I don't know. Like, if I had to pick my reactions about, like, Squid Game and Stranger Things, I think it's been some of my favorite reactions that I've done so far. What's up, dude? Better late than never. We're about to wrap up, man. So you're right at the tail end of Better Late Than Never, I guess. I'm going to get ready for some dinner here in a little while. They should have gotten Jason Isaacs to play the Grand Inquisitor. He wanted too much money, I hear. I didn't hear about the money thing, but I do think that they should have probably had Jason Isaacs in there. And he probably did cost more than the guy they got, but, you know, what you can do. Come on, people, you can't say doing a Joker 2 is dumb, and it'll take away from the first when you don't know the story. Especially doing a standalone Joker movie wouldn't work originally. I mean, I can say that it's risky. Like I said, they could do it, they can make it work. But I don't know. As it stands, it seems like it's pushing your luck to do another one. But I wouldn't be against them doing another one. Every time I see pizza in Ninja Turtles movie, it makes me want pizza, right? Yes. Omni, hope you will have the best birthday ever, I assume. That you left out a word in that. So, you think Luke will show up in the great Star Wars series crossover, which I'm guessing is going to be the Hunt for Thrawn? I hope so. That would be awesome. I really do hope so. Happy birthday, Omni. That's next weekend, guys. Like I said, it's next weekend. So you guys still have time. Because it's next Sunday, April 3rd. Birthday, an amazing year ahead. Oh, and everybody's just birthday. Everybody's so early. I love it, guys. I appreciate all the birthday wishes, though, prematurely. If Gotham had a better ending, it would have been my top 3 DC shows, right? That ending, that finale was just so disappointing to me. And another happy birthday. What's my prized possession in my collection? That hasn't popped up over here yet. Shit, I don't know. And what's with the puzzled face, hon? What are you doing? Why are you giving me that? Is it the confusion over the birthday wishes right now? Prized possession in my collection. I don't know, man. That's tough. Yeah, I don't know if I can pick one. I don't know. There's a lot of things that I definitely wouldn't want to lose. Yeah, I don't think I can pick. Oh, you just saw everybody wish me a happy birthday and got confused. Yeah, definitely. I get that. Okay. That's what I thought. It was. Remember Dragon Ball Z Episode 1, Arrival. Rad's the brother of Goku was the weakest guy in the Dragon Ball Z, and he was the weakest even more by Gohan, Piccolo, and Goku, and he was still faster than light. No, he wasn't. They were not fast. They weren't light speed at that point. Definitely not. Raditz was not the weakest at that time, remember? It required all 3 of them to beat him, so that does not make him the weakest guy. He was the strongest guy out of the 3 of them. Nope, nobody was light speed in by that point. Daniel, you need to do some more research. I see your next message, and I'm just not even going to address it. Definitely risky as fuck, but I don't think Joaquin would do it unless it's good. I agree with that. I don't think he would if that was the case either. Yeah. You know their beams don't actually travel at light speed, right? Their beams aren't light. They're ki. They're energy. They flow differently. They have their own speed. They don't travel at light speed. That's why they're so easily dodgeable most of the time. That's also why he had to be held still so they couldn't dodge it. Yeah. Now, go back. Try again. About to leave. Omni so bye. Well, thanks for stopping in, Aiden. I really appreciate it. I wish I had a flash statue. That's something I would like to get as well. Aang versus Katara. I mean, Aang would whoop the shit out of Katara. There's nothing you can do about it. But he was the weakest villain in DBC, and you're still wrong about everything you said. So I can't really stop that. If Aang turned evil, it would still be Aang, because even with bloodbending, we saw that attempted on him with Yakone, and he's able to break it with the Avatar state. So he's able to break out of bloodbending with the Avatar state, so it's not even usable on him. So Katara loses, and they would also have to fight on a full moon in order for her to even use bloodbending, because she wasn't on Yakone's level apparently. But I am going to give it just a few more minutes and then we're going to go. If Disney ever gets the Conies to give Gargoyles to Jordan Peele, you think they could stick closer to the mythology background or go more into the horror-ish aspect? I don't know if Jordan Peele would be the right director for that. But I really want them to do a live action for it. Darkseid versus Thanos. Darkseid would win that for sure. How excited are you for God of War Ragnarok? I'm pretty darn excited for it. Even Seth the Programmer says that beam attacks in the movie the light speed because they are light. That is incorrect. They are not made of light. And I've watched Seth the Programmer. Not everything that he says makes any sense. Some of it does. He's not always. I mean, he's a good resource, but he's also extremely biased. Yeah, they do not move at light speed. They would be much faster if they did. That's called inflation of facts based on your own perception. That's not how it goes, man. That's why you have to do your own research. Yeah. Definitely, key attacks are not light speed. None of the closest, any of the instant transmission is the only instant in the franchise in which a character achieves light speed, because they literally become energy, which is what light is, and teleport. Because technically, if you go faster than light speed, you no longer are matter and you can't interact with anything around you. But Aang wouldn't hurt Katara, and Aang would definitely win. Oh wait, was Aang and Katara married, or they just had kids together? I mean, I assume they got married. They were a family unit. They didn't just bang and dip. Is it confirmed that Flash is doing 2 more episodes left? Do you think next season will get 22 episodes or no? I mean, as far as I know, this season's only 18 episodes. my favorite live action Superman moment? Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. Maybe him whooping the shit out of Steppenwolf in the Snyder Cut. I don't know. It's tough. That's a hard one. Oh, no. I got it. I got one even better. Like, Clark in the flashback in Superman and Lois when he's in the classic suit, saves that kid from the punch buggy and sets it down. That moment. When he says, my mom made the suit. I think that's my favorite moment. I have time for one more question. You think they made a Superman game in Arkham game style? No. I don't think that would work. I don't think you can make an Arkham style game with Superman's powers and it feasibly work as a video game. The closest thing that I've seen that works like what a Superman game or I would imagine one would be like, what was it called? It was I have it in my Steam library. Megaton Rainfall, I think, is the closest to a Superman game that's been made, and it has nothing to do with Superman. Fun fact, Jeffrey Dean Morgan was supposed to be the person with the giant penis power in The Boys Season 2, but he couldn't appear due to Walking Dead filming. Damn. Eric Kripke said, look forward to JDM in The Boys Season 4 or 5. Awesome. I'd be really curious to see him in The Boys. Or if you go, are Millennium and The Lone Gunman shows worth watching? I've never seen them. I'll be honest, I've not seen them either. I never branched off into watching Millennium or Lone Gunman. I need to do that. As a fan of the series, I have to do that at some point. I've just never got around to it yet. That's why you never seen that person's face. Have I seen Mother? The movie is impactful. I have not. What force would you like to have? Speed Force, Age Force, or Still Force? Or Strength Force? Forgot one. Speed Force, I think. Definitely Speed Force. It's my favorite Batman voice actor. Easily Kevin Conroy. What was my favorite Flash animated moment? I don't know. I can't think of one. Nothing really jumps into my head right now. I honestly, I'm drawing a complete blank. I would love a Flash VR game. I can only imagine probably throwing up. You'd probably throw up. If they brought back Superman and Lois in a limited series with Dean Cain, I think he meant Lois and Clark, I would be more like Smallville shows today. The reason why they made a romantic comedy was to get girls to watch. Sadly, girls don't care about action movies, TV shows, and are more into romance. Wow, Daniel, that's sexist as all hell. Hey, all the ladies that have been in this chat that are into all these things that he just listed, how do you feel about that? That's not true at all. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up on that one. So, actually, no, I'll let Summer chime in here real quick. Since they're making Marvel Zombies, do you think they'll ever bring DC Zombies to the animated movie catalog? Maybe eventually. Deceased was that latest line that they had. I haven't kept up with it. I've kind of kept up on a little bit of it, but yeah, I don't know. It's possible. Definitely possible. I'm gone. Have a good night, Omni. I'll be in the movies and just chilling. See you next week. Thank you, Ragu. Take care. Instead of cutting it all together or getting another actor, his name is Love Sausage in the comics. Ah, that's interesting. Weird. Great to know. Just to get some of these last minute questions that aren't over here for me to pop up, because I'm going to go ahead and wrap up, guys. It's 7. We've been on for 3 hours. I need to get some food and chill for a little bit. Gonna do a watch along for Moon Knight. Not on the channel, but you will get the watch along will be on Patreon, or if you become a YouTube member, you can get access to it. But my YouTube reaction, yeah, I'll have a reaction up, just a normal highlight reel like I do for everything else. That'll be on here for you guys Wednesday morning. So keep an eye out for that. But as far as the watch alongs, like every other watch along, it's going to be on Patreon and YouTube. Let's see. Daniel, you got Omni triggered. Only a little bit. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Have a great rest of your weekend. If I don't pop back up for a stream or anything of the sort, but hope you all enjoy the time. But take care, everybody. I'm a little burned out of the brain after some of these comments. I'm not even going to lie. Anyway, guys, take care. Take it easy. Thanks for all the love. Thanks for all the chats. Thanks for all the supports, the super chats, the love. The love, the love, the love, the love. The love, the love, the love. Anyway, I don't know how to sign out sometimes. Take care, guys.